Good morning, everybody. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic. I am John Marks. Good morning to everybody listening on 97.5 FM, listening on the Fanatic app. Man, it's a good app. You got to download it. Video, on-demand content, all the great articles that are written on there. Colin Newby, who follows the teams for us. And, of course, if you're watching on YouTube, subscribe to 97.5 The Fanatic. And you can listen live to Middays with Marks every Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Or you can watch whenever you would like on demand, as you can with everything on YouTube. As we say, good morning. Ray Dunn this morning is on assignment. We say good morning to Patricia Caputo. Good morning, Trish.
Good morning.
Who is playing through an injury today. As we say good morning to Sean Brace. Hello, Brace Face.
Great to be with you. Good morning. Let's rock and roll. A lot going on. 2-hour delay out of nowhere.
Yeah, my kids were late to school today as well because of potential icing, and they're worried about an accident, liability. And
yeah. Well, why didn't people worry about that back in our day?
Yeah, they did. No, they didn't. They said
not.
They can die.
Also, I do want to point out that, so my daughter is in kindergarten. This still blows me away. Yesterday, they sent her home with the computer just in case that there was bad weather.
Well, that's crazy.
She's in kindergarten. What?
But that's my kids didn't come home. I don't think they came home with their Chromebooks. But yeah, if there's a chance of snow, yep.
Yeah, so I looked last night because I didn't hear anything about it, and it was supposed to be precipitation from 2 a.m. to 2 p.m. I worked out, got up, 5 o'clock in the morning, boom, nothing. Got done, 6, walked home, nothing. Little rain.
I got some freezing rain. It was on my windshield. I had to kind of drive with ice on my
You got a little precipitation up there.
Yes, a little bit. So there you go. Anyway, we'll tell you about Trish's injury coming up because I walked in today and I almost told her to go home. Come on.
She's playing hurt, man.
All right, so check it out. This is going to be until A.J. Brown is traded or isn't traded, this is going to be something that I don't know if it's an everyday lead, but on days where we get information and on days where it's wow, you kind of get a feel. A lot of report, for instance, you had said this. Jeff McClain went to the Combine not thinking he was getting traded, and he left the Combine thinking there was a better chance he gets traded than he's not going to get traded, right?
Yes.
And then you start hearing stories A.J. Brown, there's reporters out there saying that A.J. Brown's representatives were talking to other teams, more or less pitching themselves to other teams. Hey, general manager of the Bills, come here, let's have a conversation. Man, do you know how good he'd look up there with Josh Allen?
Oh, yeah.
Man, you guys, hey, Mike Vrabel, you miss AJ, right? More or less talking to teams, kind of feeling everything out. I'm now leaning. I even think yesterday I was like a 70-30 that AJ's coming back. Now I'm the other way.
Yeah.
Now I'm a 30-70 that he's going to be gone right now. And it seems like both sides are thinking that this might be the right thing to do.
That was my number yesterday, so come on over here. You're with me.
Now, where are you today?
I'm still 70. We're 70-30 that he is getting moved. Absolutely getting moved. And you know what? You were gone last week, and it has there's no issue with that whatsoever. It's this is the story of the NFL. Maybe there's some other stuff being tossed in there at this point in time. Last week, no ifs, ands, buts about it. A.J. Brown was the story in the NFL. Now you're getting a little bit more of the Kyler Murray conversation. Of course, quarterbacks are starting to take the light. You had the Combine really take place, so you're starting to see a couple different rumors pop up that didn't have any air last week. Maybe some people are talking about projection as far as rookies are concerned. But for the most part, he's still top 3 story of the NFL. What are the Eagles going to do with A.J. Brown?
Yep. Albert Breer, one of the latest insiders to kind of weigh in on the situation, and we'll tell you about that coming up here in a second. But I think it's very notable that local reporters, because what happens at the Combine, it's not about – these reporters aren't going to the Combine to watch all the guys run. I'm sure a certain part of the national media is there to cover that. 80%, 90% of the media, it's a networking event.
Yes.
It's for agents to talk to media. It's for agents to talk to teams. It's for GMs to talk. It's a networking event where there's a lot of conversations going on, Sean.
I think they even created, and it's smart by the people over there at the Combine, that, number one, they started allowing fans in, right, a couple years ago. So that's one thing. 2 is they have a little bit of a wing where they started inviting some people to do podcasts. The popular part of my take was there with Big Cat and PFT. You had NBC Sports. You had iHeartRadio. There were a number of people that were out there doing podcasts, recording content from a wing outside the combine. So it's starting to grow. It's not Radio Row, per se, by Super Bowl meaning, but bottom line is this is an opportunity for you to take advantage of the people all being in town. And, of course, it's the show of all shows. It's the NFL.
Yeah. So, more or less, Breer was saying that Brown's Brown representatives were doing recon and kind of, I don't want to say regurgitating, but it pretty much seems like everybody realizes what's going on. The Eagles would trade A.J. Brown. They're not going to give A.J. Brown away. For a first-round draft pick, I think right now you can get A.J. Brown. I don't know if there's going to be a team that does it, because unless there's multiple teams really interested in him, then I would sit there and be like, nah, we'll give you a second, and if we give you a first, you're going to have to give us the third back or something like that, right? So it seems like that everybody seems to agree that the Eagles would do it. I guess what's changed for me a little bit is now I feel like the Eagles want to trade him. And it's not just that they would and they want to be wooed by an offer. No, they're not going to trade him for a second-round draft pick or a third-round draft pick. But if indeed that they would rather trade him than not trade him is what I believe right now. And that's I may feel a lot differently tomorrow, but I don't think so. You never know.
You never know.
I don't think so.
Hey, look, if the 76ers beat the Spurs tonight without Joel Embiid, I'm going to sing the praises again tomorrow that they are contenders for the East. So that happens. It's fluid, John. It's fluid. Day to day, we sit in these seats. You just never know. I kid with that. But look,
do you agree, though, that the Eagles, that both parties right now probably think it's best to trade?
I don't know about the Eagles. Definitely AJ. I believe that, and again, you could even put the stuff that we heard from Santa Luquido. Thank you. I'll leave that to you.
Requested by the way, no one's denied that he's requested trade during the season.
Correct. So multiple trade requests. I know that there was somebody else now that supposedly is in with A.J. Brown that he was, yes, requesting a trade last year. And that's fine. I just feel like it's something new for A.J. AJ's been here, done that. He's got an opportunity to go tie up with his boy up there in New England, Vrabel. That's probably the ultimate landing spot that he wants. But all in all, it comes across to me that AJ wants something new. And maybe the Eagles' perspective, I wonder what they're thinking. And this was hitting me yesterday when we were on the air. It was like, would AJ really push the panic button? And that is, dude, you got to trade me.
I'm not reporting.
Yeah, I'm out.
I demand a trade.
Yep, correct. And that's what's hitting me a little bit more than ever, and I don't know.
I don't think they do that. Like, if nothing else, the AJ's side has handled this very well. He went on the Mike Caparson's podcast. He said all the right things. He hasn't mouthed off. I mean, honestly, he's doing the tweets and the Instagrams and stuff. He's never actually come out and said anything other than he was frustrated and he apologizes. He never denied that the tweets were regarding the offense, but he's never pointed the finger at Jalen Hurts because of it. So he's been very smart and deliberate with everything that he's done, and I think that's continuing right now. Behind the scenes, they're saying, hey, where can we send him? I saw Andrew this morning was asking, and it was more of a barroom hypothetical question of, would you trade Max Crosby for A.J. Brown? Well, A.J. Brown doesn't want to go to the Raiders. Why would the Raiders want a $30 million a year wide receiver? They want draft picks. Right, I know they're getting a new quarterback, Mendoza, if they draft him first overall, which is considered very likely. But you want A.J. Brown there unhappy because you have a crappy rookie quarterback that he's going to be scared he has to throw the ball to every time, right? So that doesn't seem like a fit for me. But all you need is two teams that say no. If I was the Bills, I would be 100% all in. All in on getting him for a first-round draft pick, boom. Now, I look at you as being that team can get to the Super Bowl this year. They have a certain edge to them now with A.J. Brown. You want to mess around and say, okay, well, Mike Evans, we won't have to give up a draft pick. Okay. Yeah. And then he plays 4 games.
Yeah, there's no question in my mind that I would be aggressive. If I was Buffalo or New England, a team that just made it to the Super Bowl, of course, that you're lacking in that category. Diggs was your go-to guy for the most part, especially down the second half of the season. And you can get a dynamic playmaker. Like I said, somebody that's in the second slight tier underneath Jamar Chase and Puka as the best receiver in the game. And you can get him for a first-round draft pick. Oh, I'm all in. And maybe that might be Madden. coming out of me where I'm playing franchise mode. I don't care. I do know this. If I made the move and I get A.J. Brown, I have cemented myself as far as getting the number one overall or the number one wide receiver for my quarterback, and that's so important this day and age. Do the deal, as we often say.
So Matthew Berry said something, and people might say, who? Where's Bernie? Who? Matthew Berry, who is a longtime fantasy football writer. And when you do fantasy football, you're following and covering the league. And this dude, like, I'm not telling you that I watch his stuff on YouTube or whatever, but I think he's good,
he's
right?
On
like
NBC Sports. He does a lot.
He was ESPN for a long time.
He does hits on this Sunday Night Football.
Football Night in America.
Yeah,
he's there. Yeah, and he's a former. I've had him on before. He's a former movie writer, or
great
TV
looking
writer
guy,
or something.
Awesome.
Is he?
Yeah, super good looking guy. He's bald.
Is he handsome?
Yeah,
Trish,
handsome.
You knew who Matthew Berry is?
Yeah, I know who he is. He's a little old for me, but I could see your attraction, Sean. I guess that's what I'll say.
Right.
He's
For an older guy. Sean likes older men.
Yeah,
older bald men. This type. But so every year he puts out, like before the fantasy season, he puts out this novel. And it's like, all right, dude, it's too long. I'm not reading this. But he does a good job with it. So he does this post-combine. And he puts out all the things that he heard. And he says very specifically multiple times before he does it, these are unsubstantiated. These are just rumors. I have conversations with everybody. So this isn't me reporting anything. These are the things that I'm hearing, right? And then he goes back to what he said last year in the exact same column. And he tells you all the things that he hit on, that he mentioned, which were a lot. And then he says, well, and here's what I missed on, which were like, there was a couple that big ones that he definitely missed on. Like, what was the one that he missed on? He didn't see Geno Smith getting traded. He thought Sam Darnold wouldn't find a starting job. So, like, he has some misses, but he had a lot of hits. And one of the things he puts in here, what he's hearing, it's talking about A.J. Brown.
Yep.
And the thing that's most interesting, what he said about this is not about A.J. Brown. It's about something else. It says, regarding A.J. Brown, the Eagles are undecided on keeping him or not. They're definitely listening and are open to moving him, as has been widely reported. But one thought around Brown possibly leaving that I haven't heard before was that the Eagles, in all caps, love Devonta Smith. They think he's as good as he's been in the NFL. He still hasn't reached his full potential and has another gear to get to. And that if Smith were given the same kind of target share as JSN, he would have that kind of year. The breadcrumbs are being sprinkled. The message is being put out there. We think this guy isn't utilized to his full capacity and his full capabilities. And if we get rid of A.J. Brown, you're going to see a different Devonta Smith. The propaganda for the trade has started, Sean Brace.
I like it.
And I don't think they're wrong.
No, they got me believing. No, I had to do a little quick research last night because, I wonder if I'm in the minority on this. So I'm curious to know your thought as well as the callers, whatever. Get people involved on All Things Socials as well, where it's like AJ is clearly number one. Like, there's no ifs, ands, buts about it. We all can agree on that. He was always the number one wide receiver, number one target. But, like, in my mind, I always thought, like, Devontae could be on that level, but the body.
He's a 1A.
Yeah, like, I could never get there to sit there and say, like, no, man, if you lose AJ and Devontae slides in, I think it's a wash. Now I go back last night after reading everything that's being taken place. And a lot of people are writing good articles about this. I have one in front of me right here that we'll hit a little bit later. And I look at the targets. John, if you just go down the list of the years right now, and we've seen Devontae play from game one when he was here, when he was drafted back in 2021, his targets right now, first year rookie, 104, 22, 136, 23, 112, 24, 89. He played 13 games, sure. Last year, 113. I say that because then you go over to A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown, of course, had his 145, 158 in 22 and 123, but in 20, 106, 21, 105. Last year, 121. So we're not talking about that much of a difference as far as target share is concerned. Devontae's already on that level.
Right.
He's already there. So I'm wondering what this new system's going to look like with him using it as a number one wide receiver. Would that mean that his targets would go up, or does it want to come down a little bit closer to 100? I don't know. We don't know about Mannion, but I was curious about the drop off as far as targets are concerned from AJ to Devontae. He's right there in the same ballpark.
I mean, it's really the real eye on the prize. The prize is, sure, Devontae can step up and be better. I believe that. Who's replacing AJ Brown?
You say better.
I think he can be better
Than A.J. Brown.
Well, he can be better than he's been.
Yes.
Can he be better than A.J. Brown?
Gotcha.
I don't know if he's a 1,500-yard receiver. Is he a 110-yard catch guy? Yeah. He's not going to have the big explosive plays like you think A.J. can have, but can he? Like you mentioned with his size, how many times a game does it feel like he goes up and he comes down on his back or his butt, and it's like, wow, man, and he's really hurt? You need a strong number two, and that's the problem. Is he's not in house right now. Now there's a lot of names that are out there. There's a lot of free agents, some older players. I mentioned Mike Evans before. I think you could bring in a veteran number two. You got to draft somebody, and they don't have a ton of draft picks this year, and they got to focus on the offensive line. They need defensive ends, so it's not like that they have an abundance of picks, unless you trade A.J. Brown. And you use that pick, and now you can use it on a wide receiver. Here's all I'm saying. I'm not trading A.J. Brown for a second-round draft pick. If the Bills come to me and say, hey, our second-round draft pick, end of the second round, A.J. Brown, no freaking way. Someone's going to give me a first-round draft pick for A.J. Brown, or I'm probably not doing it. Or a second, and then something else, something really, really close to a first.
It's Howie's season. Isn't this what he's now? Has he worn it out across the league? Because you see general managers now like, no, man, Howie calls, I'm not answering. It's like Scream.
But I think Howie likes to make deals that work for both sides. Like, you're not selling A.J. Brown, who's then going to be like, I don't want to play anymore. I'm going to just walk out there and not try. You're going to have very motivated A.J. Brown. A deal that's good for both sides. It's an AFC team. Like, what do you care? He goes there and has 1,600 yards unless they beat you in the Super Bowl, and then you don't worry about that.
Sure.
But a good draft pick for the Eagles and finding A.J. a spot to go to that he wants to go can be beneficial for both sides. But to your point, yeah, when the phone calls, when Howie's calling, I'm sure the reaction is, what does this guy want?
Yeah. Howie pops up. It's like, oh, my God, the call's coming from and that's inside the house. They're shaking. I would say, look, A.J. is saying all the right things, as you pointed out. It just feels like this is happening. This is happening. He's going to get moved. And everybody, we bring it back to Dombrowski with the whole situation of like, okay, is he going to have to eat Castellanos? Do they want to get rid of him? They knew they wanted to get rid of him. AJ, I think that everybody's saying the right things right now, both player and team. Still up in the air. Like, we're sitting here now. We know these guys better than most. I don't know if AJ is going to go nuclear and say, I'm not reporting, man. Like, enough is enough. I got to get out of here.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't seem like the Eagles are playing hardball. Like, with Carson Wentz, the Eagles were like, no, we're not trading you unless what we considers fair. Like you had said, everything's very clean right now between both sides.
Very clean.
Now, that changes if the Eagles don't make a trade, but also AJ's got to understand, hey, a third-round draft pick's not going to cut it, bro. Like, we have to make sure we're getting something. We gave up a first and a third to get you. So, like, come on now. He's got to also understand it. I don't know how he reacts if he's faced with having to come back. Because you're right. That's how you change the Eagles and press them to get rid of you, is if you go public and then it starts to get a little bit messy. I don't know. I guess it's more possible than I probably think it is.
But then he gets fined. Now he's losing out on money. He's doing all right.
He's not reporting.
If he's not reporting. Yeah.
I don't know. It's interesting. 610-632-0975. So here's for the text line and here's for the phone line. 610-632-0975. We have a nice long segment coming up here next. Are you trading A.J. Brown? Does it feel like that the tide has kind of turned? Because this is what I see now. The Eagles are very open to trading A.J. Brown, and A.J. Brown's very open to being traded. The fact that the agent's out there trying to see where he can go, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to do the power play, but they're doing their job and trying to get him in a spot that he wants to go to. People that say, trade him to the Browns. If you're the Browns, you do not want to acquire A.J. Brown, who's going to be very unhappy if he gets traded to Cleveland. He wants to win. He doesn't want to go somewhere and get empty yards.
Deshaun Watson's got to have somebody to throw the football to. He needs somebody.
Dude, Monken's talking about getting Anthony Richardson from the Colts. You know who the quarterback's going to be there. 610-632-0975. Or you're not trading him. Or you're saying, nope, you know what, AJ, I hear you. New offense, we're going to make you happy. This team is better. See, I believe the Eagles can easily win a Super Bowl without A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown is not the difference between winning and losing a Super Bowl. They can't not replace him. And they also have a hole at tight end, it looks like, because Dallas Goedert, it seems like the tide has turned to him coming back.
Yeah.
That's a big loss as well. We'll take your reaction. We'll get your phone calls. Coming up at 11 o'clock, we have another spot in the knockout round. 2 76ers tickets and a spot in our knockout tournament representing Middays with Marks. And if Caputo is there, she is on our team. Correct?
Yeah, I think she's part of the team.
I don't know if she'll be physically ready to do it after her.
Yeah, I'll
injury.
cheer on from the sideline maybe. I don't know if I'll be able to play, but
Okay. All right.
I can coach.
Ice up. Ice up, kid.
Ice up. All right, so that's coming up at 11 o'clock. So we'll tell you at 11 o'clock how you can win it today. Your phone call's coming up next, including Adam Schefter. He was on the Pat McAfee show. Oh, what a great show. And he talked about AJ and Max Crosby being in a very, very similar situation. That's coming up next. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Injury strikes again. I'm Patricia Caputo with your Fanatic Sports Update. The Sixers will take on the Spurs tonight. Joel Embiid has been ruled out after straining his right oblique in Thursday's win against the Heat. You can listen to Sixers Spurs live right here on The Fanatic starting at 8 p.m. The Flyers defeated the Maple Leafs 3-2 Monday night. Dan Vladar helped secure the win, stopping 2 of Toronto's scoring attempts in the shootout. Fly Guys will look to keep it rolling against Utah Thursday. The Phillies taking on the Rays this afternoon. Jim Salisbury joined the morning show to discuss Andrew Painter's performance over the weekend.
Everybody was really enthused by it. It's all framed differently this spring because he's healthy. He will be counted on to be in the rotation. It's only 2 innings, but he threw all his pitches. He had good pop. He located it well.
Players like Bryce Harper and Kyle Schwarber departed Saturday for the World Baseball Classic. The Union have off until Saturday after losing to New York City FC in their home opener Sunday. Union will look to bounce back against San Jose Earthquake Saturday. This update is brought to you by Positive Coaching Alliance. Questions about youth or high school sports? Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCAA, national nonprofit organization, develops better athletes and better people through youth and high school sports. Info at positivecoach.org. I'm Patricia Caputo on the home of the Sixers, Flyers, and Union. 97.5 The Fanatic and The Fanatic.
Middays with Marks. Burning down the house. Midday Brace. Midday Patricia Caputo. Coming up at 11 o'clock, your chance to find out how we have giving away the knockout spot and the pair of 76ers tickets to go with that. And also, we will respond to an article that was posted yesterday that was, I don't want to say slanderous about 97.5 The Fanatic, but certainly out of line. And we will respond to that coming up at 11 o'clock today.
CNN?
Right? Huh?
CNN?
It was not Fox News. It was not CNN. That's all I can say.
Oh, okay.
Along those lines, though.
Gotcha.
The website was along those lines. That's coming up. Let's hear Adam Schefter. He's on that Pat McAfee. He's hilarious. He discussed AJ, and this is Schefter from his car. I don't know if you saw the cut.
Oh, yeah.
This is he's talking about Max Crosby and AJ Brown. Listen.
Anything that we missed in there that you think is a notable conversation that's taking place out of Combine Week right before franchise tag here that we need to know about?
I think A.J. Brown and Max Crosby are in a similar situation. Both teams not wanting to deal their guys. Both teams open to listening. And both teams have to have an offer that they can't say no to move guys that they want to hold on to. Those are the two notable names. Feel free to dump me anytime. And how about that?
All right. I believe both players will be traded. Crosby should be traded. They should have traded Myles Garrett when they had the chance, and maybe they didn't because he is as good as he is. But if you can get 3 first-round draft picks for a guy, right, who's unhappy, and he said he wants to be traded, and he's going to be unhappy again, you're going to end up trading him. Yeah. So, I mean, maybe they can still get 3 first-round draft picks. But with Crosby, he's still a really good player, and a team that would make a trade for him, it would be wise. I would give up a first-round draft pick for Max Crosby if I was picking at the end of the first round and I had a needed defensive end. If you're a team that's ready to win right now, the Raiders are so far away from trying to win right now, and I don't think Mendoza is going to be a good quarterback in the NFL.
Ooh.
That's a totally different subject, but it just makes sense to trade him right now. With A.J. Brown, it doesn't make as much sense because the Eagles are in win-now mode. So they're similar in that the teams don't have to trade him. If Crosby says, like, you're not trading me, am I going to report or am I not going to report? They sat him at the end of the year last year against his will. Like, what else do you need to know than they were worried about him getting injured so they can't trade him? He's going to get traded. Right now, the teams need to act like, oh, well, we don't have to trade him. Or we're not going to trade him. Or like, listen, like Howie. Well, the phone rings. I have to take a phone call. Man, they're looking for a first-round draft pick so they can trade A.J. Brown. That's where I think I'm at right now.
Heck of a pick by Mike Mayock back in the day for the Oakland Raiders back in those days. 2019, round 4, pick 106. He's got it tattooed on him, 106, although he's got a bunch of tattoos. 7 years in the game, John Marks. 4, he has totaled over double-digit sacks, including last year where he played in 15 games, 10 sacks. And if I'm not mistaken, let me pull that game log up against the Philadelphia Eagles. He did have a sack. He was like the only good player on the field.
Yep, I remember it.
And that was it for the Raiders. Look, I brought it up yesterday, having some fun. I know somebody just tweeted us, Brad checking in. He listens to the show. Appreciate that. And he said, how come no one was talking about it straight up? I got to ask you. I don't think Howie would do it straight up.
Who are you talking about?
I was just saying A.J. Brown for Max Crosby.
Yeah, so again, I'll say it again. Well, first of all, the question is, would you do it? Because there's no shot of happening. The Raiders don't want a 29-year-old wide receiver that was mad after they won the Super Bowl, that doesn't like Jalen Hurts because he doesn't think he's a good quarterback, to give him $30 million and trade a potential first-round draft pick they could get for Max Crosby.
Tourism is down in Vegas, too.
Yeah.
It's a hurting industry right now.
It sure is, man. People aren't going to Vegas to gamble. They gamble anywhere they want. But it just doesn't make sense. But would you do the trade?
I think from both...
It makes a lot of sense.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But I'm saying from both general managers' perspective, like, I think both of them are saying I need more. First of all, I think Max Crosby's contract is a little bit more team-friendlier, if I'm not mistaken. Again, that's getting into minutia. Let's just keep it, But
here's the reality. Both guys are getting new contracts when they're traded.
That's true.
A.J. Brown's going to get a new contract so you can cook the cap number to bring it down, and he gets a little bit more guaranteed money because you want to make him happy. And I think the same thing with Crosby.
I would do it in a heartbeat.
I would too.
In a heartbeat.
It's a bigger need.
I would just say, you know what? We're getting a great player in Max Crosby that's going to help us out in the defensive side of the ball. We're going to slide Devonta into the 1 spot. As far as wide receivers concerned, we got to worry about the number 2. But ultimately, I think I come out smelling pretty good. If you get Max Crosby on the defensive side of the ball, look out.
And you don't then bring back Phillips. See, that's the thing.
That goes too. You're right.
They're going to bring back Phillips for 17, 18, 19 million. It'll be a 3-year contract that he could get cut after the second year. He'll be their best. See, my problem with Phillips is if he's your best defensive end, I don't think that's good enough. One of these other guys got to step up. Now, if Jalix Hunt can be an 8-9 sack guy, if Nolan Smith can be a 6-7 sack guy, 6-7, 6-7 sack guy, then that helps. But still, man, and they don't have a lot of draft picks to take him unless you trade A.J. Brown. So it just, to me, the Raiders aren't trading Max Crosby for A.J. Brown. It doesn't make sense.
Max Crosby is very active on social media.
If he wanted to trade A.J. Brown for a first and then take that first-round draft pick to trade for Max Crosby, that's how you could get it done.
Fearless, period, do more. He tweeted 2 hours ago today. So that's early out there.
Well,
so he's getting up early in Vegas time too as well.
You remember he was putting the eagle out there?
He still is. He's got the eagle up and he's got the diamond. So
And that has to do with the Eagles. No other explanation.
that's it.
We will not give another explanation.
He was in Roxborough a couple weeks ago. We had that video or that
looking
image.
for housing, right? With a real estate agent, you know?
His house out in Vegas is incredible, though.
I bet.
Oh, it's insane because he like I said, he is active on social media. He's doing really good. I think he was dealing with some drug issues back in the day.
Really?
Yeah. And he's clean and sober and doing really well in that category. And his house is beautiful.
Why, you can get that same house in Voorhees or Morristown or whatever. All right, so Trish, what do you got? Someone has a text message not agreeing with me on something.
Yes, Elliot from Pennsylvania. I don't think I've heard a worse take than on Devonta Smith than what Johnny just said. You bring up health with a guy that never gets hurt, not a 1,500-yard guy. Literally, with a proportionate increase, he would have 1,500 yards. Come on, this isn't even my opinion. I'm just using reality and statistics.
Yeah, but what I was saying about 1,500 yards was he's not going to do better than 1,500 yards. If A.J. Brown was 1,500 yards, I don't see Devonta Smith getting 1,700 yards.
I mistook what you said, too, and I think you're right. You're right, though. I want to point out it wasn't drugs, it was alcohol. Just want to bring that up.
I was going to say.
Well, again, addiction's addiction.
No,
right?
you're right. I'm glad you clarified.
But he was alcohol, and he entered rehab back in 2019.
Good for him.
2020. So he's doing really well. It's definitely a point of emphasis that he continues to speak about his journey.
Yeah, I mean, I view Devonta as Cole Hamels. That makes sense? World Series MVP, maybe the second or the best starter they've ever drafted in their franchise's history.
Is AJ Doc?
Yeah.
Oh.
But you need that workhorse, right?
Yeah.
Listen,
I think that's a fair comparison.
Yeah. But he can be the number one, but just don't like it. The problem is now you're dropping off because now you have to replace, even if he's as good as AJ, and AJ wasn't great last year.
Yep.
But even if he's as good as AJ, now you have to replace Devonta. So now you have to replace the guy that did everything else and had 1,000 yards on top of it.
That's a huge deal.
Yeah.
Huge deal.
And let's be honest about the Eagles. They traded for A.J. Brown, great move. They drafted Devonta, great move. They haven't been a franchise known for developing a lot of wide receivers. So you have to go out. There's Michael Pittman that's available, Keenan Allen, although I think he wants to stay in Los Angeles. Mm-hmm. You have a lot of names out there, but it's a matter of like Mike Evans. What about Mike Evans? 5 games with the Eagles would be great.
I would love to see it. Love to see Mike Evans in an Eagles uniform. You know, especially if we hit the rewind button we'll leave that one on. 5 years ago, and Mike Evans in an Eagles uniform. However, yeah, of course, as you pointed out, John, you're going to have to replace him. And there are good names out there, and this is Howie's season. So I don't know exactly where he's going to look, but there are good names available.
All right. Well, listen, Rich Eisen, here we go. Let's start up the Cowboy hype train. If they're real contenders. If they were to get Max Crosby. That's all it's going to take. That defense, new defensive coordinator, Christian Parker. You had Max Crosby. They're real contenders. We looking at the Cowboys. Nakobe Dean's being mentioned as going. Could you imagine if Nakobe Dean went to the Cowboys?
That would hurt, John.
Should we consider them real contenders? We'll play you what Rich Eisen said. That's coming up next. It's Middays of Marks 97.5 The Fanatic. O'clock, 16 minutes from now, your chance to find out how you can win 2 tickets to the 76ers game and 1 spot in our knockout tournament. Is there cash and prizes for the winner of the tournament? Sean, weren't you mentioning a briefcase full of money for the winner? Okay, that's not true.
That's hanging from the rafters, and then you really got to climb a ladder to go get it.
Correct. Yeah. Yes, we don't just give you the cat. You have to actually go up like in wrestling.
Yes, exactly.
That briefcase, so you can
money in the bank, I believe they call it.
Yes,
yeah,
it's like that.
Yeah.
Our program director Scott Massler demanded that we do that. I didn't want to do it. It was his idea.
I'll get out there in a singlet. You got to get through me.
But yeah, in all seriousness, if you don't know what the tournament is, maybe it's the first time you're hearing about it. It's been going on for years from when we worked here before. And it happens after the 76ers game on the court at the Xfinity Mobile Arena.
Oh, yeah.
See
Good
that?
pull by you.
Boom, remembered it. You get 2 tickets to the game. You get 1 spot. Yesterday, we recruited we were looking for the best basketball player, but ultimately we got a fat athletic guy, which is more of the theme of our show.
Yes.
What do you call himself? Athletic heavy?
Yes, that's what it was. And he was a guy that was able to win on the boardwalk. I think it was the AC boardwalk, or was it? It was one of those
Wildwood boardwalk
Wildwood,
on the basketball shooting game.
Yeah.
that you can't win because they cheat. He won twice.
They blow the balls up really stiff.
The rims aren't regulation.
The rims aren't regulation. You don't get a lot of give. You got to sink it. And apparently he goes up there, and the guy threw him out. The guy was like, "You got to go.
Yeah,
you've won too many jerseys. Take it."
Trish is down the Jersey Shore. You know about those games.
Yeah, and I know on Seaside, I know someone who used to manage Seaside, and he was like, yeah, they're all rigged.
Yep. Yeah, they are. No, I think that's why they shut them. They shut them down in Ocean City. You can't do them in Ocean City anymore.
Oh, I didn't know
They don't have any of those games. Any of the games on the boardwalk.
But that's impressive for the guy.
You can't have Ocean City families getting ripped off, Sean.
Oh,
and Wildwood rip
Why,
everybody
everyone else
off.
does.
Right.
Seaside, Wildwood, everywhere else it's okay.
Not in Ocean City. You can't drink there, Trish.
That's right.
Exactly.
That's coming up at 11 o'clock. We'll tell you how you can win today. And I have a response for the article that was posted on Crossing Broad yesterday.
Nice.
I got to protect my station, Sean Brace.
Oh, look out.
Yep. That's coming up at 11 o'clock. Before we get into the Crosby thing, would you do a more or less a Crosby for A.J. Brown? You trade A.J. Brown for a first-round draft pick. You take the first-round draft pick. You trade it for Max Crosby.
Yes.
In a second, right?
Yes. Not even thinking twice about it. I would do it because it feels like A.J. wants out. I think we've gotten a lot from him over the years. I mean, honestly, we talked about this last week, John. Like, you can consider him the best wide receiver in franchise history, if you want to say that.
One of the best trades in the history of the city, if you think about it.
And if we're going to sign off and ride off into the sunset after what we accomplished together, I'm fine with that, right? Nothing is forever in this day and age. So.
Yeah, I think it depends on where your team is, right? So where the Eagles are right now, we would agree that the window's as open as it's going to be. Right? Even without A.J. Brown, you're going to win a Super Bowl pretty much every year. Nobody should be surprised if the Eagles are back in the Super Bowl.
Windows open.
Right. So in my opinion, one of the major weaknesses on this team? Edge rush. And you can bring Jalen Phillips back, and he's fine, but he's also not a guy that gets 10 sacks. And we had Dave Zangaro on yesterday, and he said a lot of times we focus too much with ends and edge rushers on sacks, and I don't disagree with that, pressure rate, et cetera. I'm talking about more of an impact player. And Max Crosby, although didn't have a down year last year, but if you look at his numbers, he had, I just had it up here. How many sacks last season?
I think he finished with 10.5.
So he had 10.5 sacks last year.
They didn't play in 17, though, right?
No, because they shut him down.
Correct.
Good point. So his numbers are legit. He had, and I think this might have been injury as well, but he had, I'm sorry here, the internet just went down. He had, as far as sacks, the year before that, he was down a little bit the year before that. But then you're talking about a guy that's getting 14 sacks a season. Yeah. And that's on a bad team. Imagine if he would have come to Philadelphia on a line with the line that they have right now, those 2 tackles and guys coming off the bench, and he's their primary edge rusher. Good luck. You're talking about a 15-plus sack guy if he plays 17 games, if not more.
Yeah.
And the impact he would have on the defense could be greater than anything else. And screw the first-round pick.
Look, Howie has come out multiple times and said we're not in the business of trading really good players. We're in the business of acquiring great players or keeping our great players. Well, Max Crosby is a great player. No doubt about it. He is a difference maker. So, Look, I think one of the reasons why AJ is kind of like, okay, man, I would like to see, this come to an end and move on, right? Each their own, because I know there are plenty of people out there that are still believing he'll be back. There are plenty of people that like to throw it in our face. He's never said he doesn't want to be here anymore. That's fine. So you can take however you want as far as this situation is. For me personally, it feels like something new. He wants something new. Oh, no, though, it comes down to, like, one word we used a ton last year with the Eagles is they did not have an identity. And I feel like we'll see how this plays out with Mannion, but it still feels like to me with the return of all the offensive linemen, still Saquon Barkley, Jalen Hurts, the athleticism. This team wants to run the football.
Kyle Grant's in a tight end, right?
Yeah. They want to run the football. Yeah. Kate Otton's a name I got my eye on.
For sure.
Yeah. They want to run the football and play really good defense. Now everybody can say that, but get after the quarterback, and Max Crosby's going to help.
But
that.
they want a Super Bowl like that.
Exactly.
And they can do it again. Maybe they can't run Saquon 2,000 yards, and AJ's, like, at least on paper, is not going to make your offense better. It's going to be a different offense.
Oh, it definitely is. And we know about the play action, and you can't run play action if you're not running the football. So they're going to run the football. I think we can all agree with that, and that's why AJ, part of him, probably wants to find something new. I'm fine with that. You replace him with Crosby. Oh, now, dude, just think about it like from this perspective. We talked about Bo Bichette, right? The type of buzz that spring training would have if Bo Bichette was playing for the Phillies. Max Crosby comes to the Eagles.
Wow, buzz going in the camp.
Correct. Yeah, they're the number one team being discussed.
They were in on Parsons. It doesn't feel like they're in on Crosby for whatever reason. You agree with that?
You don't think so?
I hope they are. I know Albert Breer had tweeted that he just kind of named the obvious names that it would make sense for.
Said 3 teams.
The Eagles were in on Parsons. That was real.
Yes. Oh, that's definitely real.
Don't think that Howie isn't willing to give up real value to get a player that he thinks maybe they don't invest. Maybe they look at Crosby and say, nah, he's probably seen his best.
It connects.
I don't know.
It connects to Phillips, right? Like, I don't know how they view Phillips. Is Phillips cheaper? Obviously, you don't have to give up the draft capital.
It's going to be cheaper.
Yeah. So I like it. This all connects.
All right. Are the Cowboys contenders this year, especially if they get Max Crosby, they add Nakobe Dean?
Yes.
In other words, is their defense that much better?
Yes.
All right. Are they real contenders? Here's Rich Eisen making the case.
Hey, George is in a great spot, man, where everybody's looking at 88, maybe. And he's doing his thing, and the run game's working, and the tight end game's working, and the offensive side of the ball, I am not worried about for the Dallas Cowboys.
I'm happy with that.
And if they're able to take the 12th overall pick, and instead of using it on a young defender, get Max Crosby for it, and you go to work with Quinnen and Max Crosby and Kenny Clark, and then you use your other first-round draft choice on somebody
All right,
else.
I get it. Yeah, the Cowboys are contenders to win the division or be a playoff team. But you know what's going to happen? George Pickens, they're going to franchise him. He's not going to be happy. They're not going to come to a long-term contract agreement. He's going to be pissed. He's not going to report to mini camps, and he's going to report to training camp because he wants to get paid. Then he's going to hold in, and then Jerry's going to be talking about it in the media, and then everybody's going to be asked about it, and then he's going to be asked about it. He's probably going to flip out. That's how they can't win. You can't win like that. But could the Cowboys win the division? Yeah, they have a lot of talent. That offense is stacked, man.
Yeah. Good quarterback play. I know he gets frowned upon. The Cowboys have their moments. And
They're not winning the Super Bowl.
No, I agree with that. But could they get back and
win 11 games? Yep.
Yeah. We know the banner. No team has won it 2 times in a row. The Eagles finally did that, right? You think about all the years in between that somebody new came upon and won the division crown. The Dallas Cowboys are very capable of that. And, of course, if they figure it out on the defensive side of the ball, Christian Parker, say they get into Nakobe Dean, say they're able to get a Max Crosby, look out.
Let's go to Zach does not want Max Crosby. Zach from Pottstown. Zach, what's up? Good morning.
Hey, fellas. Long-time listener here.
Good to hear from you, buddy.
When was the last time a team had a top-paid edge rusher and won the Super Bowl?
When was the last time? Well, you would agree that the Eagles in 2007. Hold on. The Eagles both Super Bowls. The first Super Bowl, the strength of their team was their offensive line and their defensive line, and that included.
They weren't highly paid, John. Let's go through them. Myles Garrett, no success in the playoffs. Micah Parsons, no success in the playoffs. T.J. Watt, no success in the playoffs. Run through them. Max Crosby, No success in the playoffs. What are we doing?
But didn't I used to hear the same conversation about wide receivers? That you don't need top wide receivers to win a Super Bowl, and then the league changes to where you do need great wide receivers to win.
Why can't you name one? Who was the last paid edge rusher to win a Super Bowl?
Again, edge rusher, but you're talking about just as far as defensive linemen, like Chris Jones immediately comes to my mind.
I don't want to hear. No, Chris Jones isn't an edge rusher, dude.
I understand that, but you're talking about guys that you're talking about players at the top of their position. Yeah, okay, edge rusher. I don't care. I'm comparing contracts here. Contract. That's all that matters.
Yeah, a highly paid edge rusher does not win.
Okay, so let me ask you this.
Miles Garrett has never won. Why does Miles
plays
Garrett...
for Cleveland.
So hold on, Rob. I'm not saying you're making a good point, but here's what I'll say in return to that is if they sign Jalen Phillips for $20 million a year, or you could get Max Crosby for $28 million a year, isn't that a huge difference? They're going to
neither of them are worth that.
But I don't disagree with Phillips. They're going to sign him.
Not good.
They're going to sign him.
Jalen Phillips did absolutely nothing for the Eagles. Nothing. He had a good game against the Packers. Eagles fans fucked them all, and he did nothing after that.
All right, so Von Miller of the Broncos. Brandon Dutz checks in. Von Miller of the Broncos. And I don't know if that was the last one.
Again,
that's a long time ago, guys.
Zach, you're off because you're just talking about a team winning.
You can't name anyone, John.
Yeah, Zach, if you listen, I will.
Yeah, Eagles had Josh Sweat and Brandon Graham. Those are middle of the road edge rushers, buddy.
Again, Zach,
they're not highly paid edge rushers.
But hang on, would you agree that it is a weakness on this team? Their rush from the edges. That they have right now on their team.
Smith, who's as big as you, as their best pass rusher.
No, he's as big as Sean.
That's going to be an issue.
All right.
He's not. Nolan Smith is not in.
No, I know. So what you're saying? So hold on. So Zach, what you're saying is that they're they don't have anybody on defense. You're not going to re-sign Phillips, and Nolan Smith sucks. So what would you do?
No, let's give Crosby $35 million. Don't pay Jalen Carter, who's younger. Don't pay Cooper DeJean. Don't pay.
But you can do both.
But you can
do both.
I don't know. What has Max Crosby ever done? Has he ever made the playoffs?
No, I mean, listen, and I appreciate it, Zach. Defensive ends can't change the fortune of franchises.
Well, again,
quarterbacks.
He's talking about one team winning it all. All right, let's not get caught up with just one team. You mean to tell me that there isn't good defensive ends out there? Micah Parsons, Aiden Hutchinson. Yeah, I get it. Chris Jones doesn't play defensive end. Understood. But we're talking about dollars and cents when it comes to contracts. Chris Jones was a beast for the Chiefs.
Interior rusher.
It's not an honest discussion by Zach.
I mean, I think it's a very fair discussion. I think it's fair. And not as far as he went, when's the last team that, but should you really spend that much money on a defensive end? I think is what the fair question is. If you're going to spend near Myles Garrett money, then get Myles Garrett. Right? Getting Myles Garrett light. That's why I don't want Phillips. If I'm going to spend $20 million a year, I don't want him.
Yeah, I want Myles Garrett.
Hell yeah, I do. All right, coming up. How can you be in our knockout tournament? How can you represent Middays with Marks in the knockout tournament and 276er tickets? We give it away on the show today. And then Crossing Broad wrote an inflammatory article about 97.5 The Fanatic and the way we announced the knockout tournament. I will respond. I'm not afraid of these media outlets that are trying to thrash us. We will respond coming up next, Sean Brace. That's next. Don't go anywhere.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Injury strikes again. I'm Patricia Caputo with your Fanatic Sports Update. The Sixers will take on the Spurs tonight. Joel Embiid has been ruled out after straining his right oblique in Thursday's win against the Heat. You can listen to Sixers Spurs live in the Fanatic starting at 8 p.m. Flyers defeated the Maple Leafs 3-2 Monday night. Dan Vladar helped secure the win, stopping 2 of Toronto's scoring attempts in the shootout. Fly Guys will look to keep it rolling against Utah Thursday. And the Phillies taking on the Rays this afternoon. Jim Salisbury joined the morning show Monday to discuss how Painter improved this offseason.
Control and command. A lot of times it's command, which is fine-tuning of control, but he had both issues. So he walked 4 batters for 9 innings, which is not him. So those are 2 things they really went to work on this winter.
The game this afternoon against the Rays comes after guys like Bryce Harper and Kyle Schwarber departed for the World Baseball Classic. And the Union have off until Saturday after losing to New York City FC in their home opener Sunday. Union will look to bounce back against San Jose Earthquakes Saturday. This update is brought to you by the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation. The Crohn's and Colitis Foundation has been the forefront of inflammatory bowel disease research and care for over 50 years. Learn more about research and education and support at crohnsandcolitisfoundation.org. I'm Patricia Caputo on the home of the Sixers, Flyers, and Union, 97.5 The Fanatic and The Fanatic.
Grace and Patricia Caputo, because Ray Dunn's on assignment. Where is he? I forget.
Florida.
Tampa, yeah.
Yeah, he's in Tampa right now.
The Lady Owls are taking on, is it South Florida that's not in South Florida?
How about that?
That's because is that outside of Tampa? University of South
I
Florida?
believe so,
It's not in South Florida?
Really?
Yep. Yeah, it's in Tampa, I think. So that's where Ray is today. A lot of people like when Ray, they get a little break from Ray because Caputo's so good.
Oh, Trish is the
Thanks, Sean.
best.
Thanks, guys.
She's in with me on Saturdays, man.
Yeah, I was listening.
Yeah, she's money.
I heard it. All right.
Although she sold me out, though. His name isn't Connor Stallions, it's Connor Story.
Well, she just,
And I looked him up too, and I was like, oh, I guess this actor must have played football at Michigan. Like real quick, I just looked and like didn't read it. And then, yeah, you put it together.
As sold her out is a little strong. What happened was I just said, what's his name? You know how it is. What's his name? Connor Stallions?
Yeah, I never
is that his
remember
name?
anything.
Like thinking, oh, she's the girl, so she'll know who this actor is.
Because your wife, your wife is outside of a bush at this guy's house.
Oh,
talking to
she really is, dude. Really is. And all of a sudden, next thing you know, she's like, yeah, that sounds about right. Feel fact. And an hour and a half later, I'm like, no, it's not the guy.
You said Connor Stallions, and I'm like, yeah, that sounds right.
Sounds
it's a gay hockey player, whatever.
It's a good
no, it's
gay
not.
hockey player name.
See,
It's
we all
Connor
knew what we were talking
Right.
about.
My wife is outside the bush. Oh, dude, she's fired up. She sent me an article that somebody in this cluster wrote about what he was wearing on Saturday Night Live. I'll tell you.
No
Oh,
way.
yeah. And she's like, oh, she's way off.
So hold on, are we talking about Connor Stallions or
Or Connor Story.
Oh, not Connor Stallions.
No,
Sorry,
yeah, Connor Stallions.
No.
Who knows where he is? He's in a bush somewhere.
He's in his mom's basement.
Recon.
Like, I can't.
Yep.
Anyway, all right, so yesterday we announced on Sunday, Andrew Salciunas, through the Fanatics, all their social media accounts, puts out a video. I honestly didn't listen to the video because we were talking about this earlier. On social media, unless I specifically want to hear something, my phone's muted. There's no sound. So I'm looking at captions or like I'm just flipping off of it if I want to hear. So I just know there was a video that was put out, and I know that because I got a bunch of text messages from some colleagues in the media business and some other friends and things like that. They're like, oh, what's the major announcement? Oh, is Colin Cowherd quitting Fox and he's coming to do like, no, it's not that. I'm like, honestly, because remember, I've been on vacation. I didn't see the email that was saying we're going to announce this Monday morning that was already put out.
Okay.
So I didn't officially know, but my response was, I'm not entirely sure, but I'm pretty sure they're announcing the Fanatic tournament. They're not firing somebody and announcing it at 7:00 in the morning. So a lot of people were like, who's getting fired? I'm like, that's not the way it works. They fire people and they don't want anybody to talk about it.
Yeah.
Nothing's ever said about it again. But no, so that didn't so I was pretty sure it was the knockout tournament. And then I saw in my email, I'm like, yeah, it's the knockout tournament or whatever. And I did get a couple of people that when I said it's the knockout tournament, that was like, really? Your major station announcement is the knockout tournament? You're releasing the date and everything else? And I was just kind of like, yeah, I didn't really particularly care.
Yeah.
And then I saw Crossing Broad comes out with here's the headline.
Uh-oh.
Because, they do the Radio Wars thing on Crossing Broad. You might have heard that.
Oh, yeah.
It's Radio Bores.
Oh. No.
Good line.
Oh, yes.
Good line by Kevin Kincade.
Yes.
97.5, the Fanatic had the worst, quote, major station announcement, end quote, of all time.
Ooh.
Wow.
All time.
Now, that's something else.
I think that list is pretty long over the years.
All right.
Not mistaken.
So, did you think it being called a major station announcement was overkill? And you were like, what are they talking about? Why are they doing that? Because that's kind of the stuff that I was getting.
Yeah.
And I didn't feel like arguing with anybody or really thought about it at that time. So what was your?
I wasn't on the email. I didn't even see it. All right. So
why are you not on these emails?
I don't know. I got to get on these emails, man. They got
get them on the emails.
I got to be put on here. Let's go here. But I didn't see it, and then so I'm kind of picking up in the middle of everything that took place. So Sunday, I didn't see this major station announcement. I saw it yesterday, and I go, okay, no issues. I had no issues with what Andrew did or the station did, and it is a big deal for us here at 97.5 The Fact. This has been going on for years.
Yeah. Trish, what did you think about it?
I found out because my dad texted me and said, what's the major station announcement?
Ooh.
I went right to my email to try to figure out what the major station announcement was. And I said, I guess it's this. I don't know. I'll figure out more in the morning.
One man's take, the major station announcement it's a pretty big deal. It's
what is it reserved for? Me being hired?
That's a major station announcement.
Okay.
If you do get a co-host 5 days a week, I would think that would be
a major station announcement.
Again, I think when you say major station announcement,
I don't know. Are they going to make if that was to happen a major station announcement?
I would hope.
Would we have a parachuter that came in off a plane?
I mean, at least a press release at the bare minimum. Jeez.
I think
look, I think code red when you say major station announcement. All right.
So what do you think? How about it's okay. So we did the Fan Fest, which couldn't be done this year because of stuff that was going on down at Stateside Live.
They're getting all new digs down there. It's incredible.
So that's a big deal for the station as well.
Huge.
Is that considered a major station announcement?
Absolutely.
Announcing who? Because MMR, when they released the MMRBQ artist, that's a major station announcement.
Absolutely.
All right, so let me defend the station here, and let me rip Kevin Kincade here, because what exactly? I just want to know what exactly did they want the station to say? That not really that big of a deal, but we got something to tell you coming up at 7:00. No, this is a big deal for us. This is a major thing that we have. This is one of the biggest things we do all year. As far as I'm concerned, the tournament's pretty cool, and being on the floor at the Xfinity Mobile Arena after a 76ers game and playing knockout is a really, really big deal.
Yeah.
And you know what? The station needs to treat it like that because it is a big deal to us. This is one of our signature events that we're proud of. It's really good. It's fun to give away the tickets. We're going to tell you in a second how you can win the tickets. So it's back March 25th. And if that wasn't big enough news for you, I don't know what news you thought was coming. All right? Maybe it's like, we're turning into a country station. We're going to have 2 country stations.
No, you're not going to announce that. That's not going to be a big announcement. That's one you want underneath the radar.
I don't know if Andrew's promoting that the day before on social media.
Probably not.
So guess what? Maybe it's not a big enough announcement to you. It's a big deal to us, and it's a big deal to our listeners. So the Kevin Kincade and Crossing Broad.
Yeah,
How about that?
It's like you said. It's a what'd you say? A tent pole? What'd you say? A flagpole event? Or it's a marquee event.
It's one of our signature events.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I agree with that. So it's always funny how you would promote it. Is it over the line, over the top, whatever? But
so Kevin, it's very funny what he writes. He says, that was it? That was the announcement? I guess it's nice for Fanatic listeners to get the opportunity to go to South Philly and participate in this thing. But this is like your kid saying, Dad, watch this. Dad, watch this. And you look over, and they end up doing some half-assed cartwheel.
which is always good,
Which happens.
Yeah.
It's, Dad, what's this? It's like, yeah, really good.
I try and be the good dad. I always look. I'm always putting the phone out. What do you got? Yeah.
He continues. Do you have it Schwartzman right? I was hoping it was something interesting, like the return of Dan the Schwartzman or the Guy in Vonzo program. It could have been Micky missed part 3, only this time working the mornings along John Kincade.
Yeah. That actually would be good radio.
A modern-day Hannity and Combs for our listening.
Wow. Oh, man. I didn't even think about that. Good
Put them in a
grief.
cage and tell them they can't leave.
Kincade is in St. Lucia, so I don't even know what I could add to that. But I would just know this much. That would be entertaining radio, yeah.
Even if they had announced the return of Fanatic Fan Fest or something similar, that would have been sufficed. But the knockout tournament is a niche thing that probably gets as much traction as blah, 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 blah. So there you go. You know what should be a major station announcement? Beasley going 3 months without laying off somebody. That would be a major blockbuster.
There you go. That'd be huge.
Kevin.
Yes, exactly.
That's mean.
Exactly.
I didn't say it was incorrect, but it's mean.
Look,
so there you go. Yes, if you don't think it's a big enough announcement, it's a big enough announcement for us.
I think you nailed it. It's like, well, what are you supposed to do if you're Andrew or the morning show? It's like, how much is too much? No, just go. Full guns blazing. Major station announcement. We're back on the floor. Let's go.
Trish, the big story on Action News, whether it's what's happening in Iran one night, some nights you don't have what's happening in Iran, and you have to report on a shooting in like Northeast Philadelphia. The big story on Action News is the big story. You can't come on the air and say, oh, well, there's not a lot going on tonight. I'm Rick Williams. There's always the big story on Action News. So this is a major station announcement for
Tracking a storm.
Yeah.
Yep.
There you go.
Yeah, I have to watch the whole video, but we were talking about it yesterday, that it was kind of perceived as like it's almost a fun announcement, not a serious announcement.
Right. No one got the feel that there was, that Angelo Cataldi was coming out of retirement and teaming up with Andrew and John Kincade. All right. There you go. All right. Here's how you win Rob, we'll get to you in a second. Here's how you win the tickets today. Now, Sean, we have had a couple phone calls today.
Yes.
That we're calling in to talk about the Eagles.
He's fired up.
Which we appreciate.
He was wrong, but he's fired up.
So today, I hesitate to say only on the phone lines. Because it seems like people are scared to call in. They're intimidated by us because we're such manly co-hosts.
It is very weird that we get that much interaction and engagement on social media via the text as well, but not on the phones. I don't understand that.
So our spot in the knockout tournament today needs to be done with a phone call interview at 610-632-0975 from now until the final segment of the program.
Yeah, let's go.
All right, and we just want to and this is a wild card. Why should you be who we select today to be in the tournament? You could have no basketball athletic ability, but you'll wear a gorilla suit like Sean.
Yes.
Like that would get you in the tournament. Be creative, or say I'm 7 foot and I will just dunk everything. That could get you in the tournament as well. We're open-minded with everything. But whatever wows us the most at the end of the show, that's who's going to get in today. And you get a spot to play knockout. Now, maybe you're saying, I don't want to play knockout. Then bring the person with you that wants to play knockout. Maybe maybe your son would love to go and play knockout. Kids, right? Aren't kids allowed? Kids in the past have been in this tournament. Bring your kid. Do it for your kid. 610-632-0975. We will take online applications from now until the end of the show, Sean. Make sense?
Oh, I love it.
All right. Let's go back to the phones with Rob from Minnesota. Rob has something on the Eagles. Rob, what's going on, man? Good morning.
Hey, how you doing?
Rob?
Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
What's going on, man?
All right. So, What are you guys doing? What are you talking about? As far as why you think they can go to the Super Bowl and win without A.J. Brown? I'm not saying A.J. is that important. I do agree with you. Their formula is running the ball and playing tough defense, but you do know the reason why they have had so much success running the ball is because they had two all-star wide receivers that keep your defensive secondary in the secondary and not at the front line. The Eagles don't have a great history for drafting wide receivers. They stink at drafting receivers.
Agreed.
Jeremy Maclin was the last wide receiver that they developed?
Devonta Smith was the first-round draft pick, but to your point, he was a top 10 pick. They picked the right guy. There's been more Ragers and Ortega-Whitesides. Hey, how about you mix in a third or a fourth-round draft pick, the guy becomes a starter? The Eagles haven't done any of that. So, Rob, so hang on. I'll let you talk. I'll let you talk. Pot him down for a second. I'll let you talk. I don't disagree that it's not just losing AJ. If you were to trade AJ and you lose Dallas Goedert, who are your tight ends? I mean, that's a major deal. So now you're going with Devonta and you're hoping you sign or draft guys, and that's a big hope for a team that's trying to win a Super Bowl this year.
And that's my point. If we're getting to the point where we're ready to start understanding the team needs to break up, I'll run it back one more year, try to bring AJ back. If it doesn't work, let's be realistic. If it doesn't work this year, you're going to fire Nick probably. I don't want to get into the next show about arguing about Nick.
You call tomorrow about that.
But you're going to fire Nick. Jalen, if he doesn't excel in this new offense, you don't have any more guaranteed money with him, so you will move on from him. I would just say break the team up after that. And to build around Devontae. You have a good wide receiver. Other than that, I don't see if the team doesn't. Okay, let's say you get rid of AJ, you lose Dallas Goedert, and you can't replace them. Well, now you're in a rebuild situation that you don't want to.
Listen, Rob, you've been a repeat caller a bunch of times, and you got good takes.
Yeah,
I appreciate it. Yeah. Call again.
That's a little strong, though.
They're not rebuild.
No.
Jalen Hurts sucks.
Yeah.
All right, now you're looking for a quarterback. Believe me, the Eagles right now are thinking, like a couple weeks ago we said, would you take a quarterback in the second round? And I said yes, and of course everybody gets mad. You take a quarterback. You don't think the Eagles have a backup plan for Jalen Hurts if he's not good in this offense? And you may not ever have to worry about it. Hopefully Jalen's great. I've seen him make strides as a quarterback before and different. I'm all for it. The odds are Jalen Hurts is going to be a quarterback for multiple years. It's just not going to be next year.
Yeah.
But if he comes out next year and the offense doesn't look great and Jalen's struggling like he did this year, he doesn't have guaranteed money after this year.
Yeah, look, they didn't win the Super Bowl last year, so that's let's start there. I get it. We all want to run it back with AJ and Dallas Goedert, and you're not going to be able to replace it. Hold up, that's not how it operates. And I'm on the same page with you, where it's I would rather have AJ Brown back than not. It just feels like he wants something new. So I am trusting my gut instinct on this as we talk about it day after day until something changes. If he comes back, I'm right there with you to our last caller. Let's go. There's no reason to restart everything here if AJ's back. You got to believe in that. And to his original point, one of the big contributing factors that this team had the success that they did running the football was because A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith, they're both out there. No doubt about it.
Offensive lineman's more.
Absolutely. It was a huge deal.
But having a balanced offense with two stud receivers certainly helps. Yeah, no doubt about it.
Yeah. But to tell me that they're not going – all right, Dallas Goedert had a great season last year. Okay, he had, 60 catches? There are plenty of tight ends out there that could replace the production that Dallas had. Maybe not touchdowns, 12 touchdowns. Come on, man. Let's be honest about that one. But I look at a guy like Kincade that's getting a lot of buzz. There are plenty of guys that we can discuss.
Isaiah Likely.
He's a guy that's out there.
A bunch of guys that are going to get cut. Dawson Knox, T.J. Hawkinson, Cole Kmet, Jonnu Smith. And also, you notice what the Rams do when you watch the Rams? They always have three tight ends.
Three.
And they're not even really good, but it works perfectly with the offense.
Yeah.
One game, a guy gets a touchdown. The next game, another guy gets a touchdown. They're throwing heavy to Puka Nacua. They have other wide receivers on their team as well. Devontae Adams was very good this year. So they're balanced. I could see, especially with them wanting to run that McVay offense with Sean Mannion, you go out and you grab a couple a couple tight ends, and you're running your offense.
There are a few receivers out there. Again, we just don't know what that looks like as far as his offense is concerned. But if you have Devonta, you need somebody that's a red zone threat on the other side. Like, there are a couple names that fit that mold. Like, I'm not worried about to reset and hit the restart button if they're unable to get AJ and Dallas back. Like, that's a little strong for me. A little rich. That's all.
All right. Look at that. We have somebody that's applying for the knockout tournament. John from Philly will grab you coming up. We don't have enough time in this segment to get you on. So 610-632-0975. If you want to represent the Middays with Marks show, Sean Brace. I think Ray will be back by then, right? So,
yeah.
But Caputo she's a member of the, right? She's on our club.
She's on the team.
Okay, I'm being claimed by Middays.
Well,
that's what I just want to know.
I also need to know, does Nights and Weekends form their alliance? Right? I mean, she's a regular on the show enough.
Is Cooney in the line? Is Cooney in the line?
So I think Nights and Weekends should align. And then it's a matter of whether Trish wants to align Nights and Weekends or associate producer, right? Like, or the associate producer, like Nate and Dutz, they're with us.
Yes.
On the show.
Okay, yeah.
Ray.
Yeah. I'm here. I'm for it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
We plant the flag.
All right. Caputo's on here. 610-632-0975. So we have no real requisite for why you get on the team today, but it's out there. Make your case. 610-632-0975. Also coming up, we'll continue the Eagles conversation. Also, did you hear Harper was between the Giants and the Phillies? Yeah. All right. Also, Harper and was talking about Kyle Schwarber, the WBC. A little Philly segment coming up next. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Injury striking again. I'm Patricia Caputo with your Fanatic Sports Update. Sixers will take on the Spurs tonight. Joel Embiid has been ruled out after straining his right oblique in Thursday's win against the Heat. You can listen to Sixers Spurs live on the Fanatic starting at 8 p.m. Flyers defeated the Maple Leafs 3-2 Monday night. Dan Vladar helped secure the win, stopping two of Toronto's scoring attempts in the shootout. Fly Guys will look to keep it rolling against Utah Thursday. Phillies taking on the Rays this afternoon. Jim Salisbury joined the morning show to discuss Andrew Painter's performance over the weekend.
Everybody was really enthused by it. It's all framed differently this spring because he's healthy. He will be counted on to be in the rotation. It's only 2 innings, but he threw all his pitches. He had good pop. He located it well.
The game against the Rays this afternoon comes after players like Bryce Harper and Kyle Schwarber departed for the World Baseball Classic. The Union have off until Saturday after taking a loss to New York City FC in their home opener Sunday. Union will look to bounce back against San Jose Earthquakes Saturday. This update is brought to you by the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation. The Crohn's and Colitis Foundation has been the forefront of inflammatory bowel disease research and care for over 50 years. Learn more about research, education, and support at Crohn'sColitisFoundation.org. I'm Patricia Caputo on the home of the Sixers, Flyers, and Union, 97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic app.
Oh, yeah. This is the entrance song to the John and Sean show. Hit me! And then you remember our the Wake and Bake show on the weekend?
That was the Who, Eminence Front.
Eminence Front.
Yeah, baby. That's a good tune.
That's a really good tune. We need to get that on the rotation. All right, so knockout tournament, even though Crossing Broad doesn't think it's a big deal, we think it's a really big deal. And there's more on that coming up in a second because there's already controversy with us asking Trish to be on our team.
Uh-oh.
Let's go to John in Philly. John, what do you got? So John wants to be a representative of Middays with Marks at the knockout tournament. He's going to make his case on why he should get the 2 Sixers tickets and be on our team. What do you got, John? Hello, John. That was it. Always works like that. I give a big intro.
Hello?
And then John, hello.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right.
I think I'd be a great candidate for your team because I got a pure jump shot, but I really just want to get on that same hardwood that Allen Iverson played on and mix it up with the Philly legends like Ricky Bowe, Ray Dunn, Andrew Salciunas.
That's what I'm talking
Philly legend Ray Dunn.
Ray Dunn, Philly legend.
What are you talking about?
The stars shining brighter than ever, John Mark.
All right, John, are you his uncle? Is this Uncle John from Philly?
No.
All right, so you just be excited to grace the same hardwood. Allen Iverson,
It is pretty cool.
25 years ago, everything that he did.
You get on that floor and you look down and you're like, man, this is a big, big floor down here.
Now, do you believe he has a sweet jump shot?
And
I don't.
I don't want to judge a voice, but no.
Contender to win.
You got a sweet jumper.
I got a very fierce competitive side.
When's the last time you hooped, John? When's the last time you shot a basketball?
I play with my kid now.
All right. How old's your kid?
Yeah, no.
I haven't played competitively.
Is it a regulation net or is it one of those little tiny?
I play with my kid too. It's a 3-foot rim.
I play on that one too, but I also play on regulation at the park.
Regulation. Did you play high school basketball? Did you make Division I college? What are your credentials as far as basketball?
I do not have any credentials as far as that.
Okay. All right, but you're a playground player.
A very good one at that.
Oh, there you go. All right. Listen, John, we appreciate
He's a nice guy.
Do you have his? Do you have his information, Trish? Can I? I'll just put him on hold just in case. All right, John, not wooing us, but frankly, he's the only person in the clubhouse
Look, man,
right now.
if you got to sell us, he didn't do a great job of selling it. I'll just say that much. But very nice guy. He's in the clubhouse, as you pointed out.
Yeah. He said he's very competitive, which is a good thing.
I was shooting hoops on Sunday.
Where?
Some place I was at in Norristown for my kid's birthday.
Oh, yeah. I saw the pictures. Oh, so yeah, you didn't go to the playground with a pair of sweatpants on. You were at a birthday party.
No, I was getting some shots up, breaking a sweat. Yeah, they had like 9 rims all lined up.
Really?
It was just crazy. Superior Systems or something like that.
Are you training? It's the place that has all the
correct.
They sell all the stuff, but then they do birthday parties.
All the swing sets.
I've been there.
Yeah, the place is insane. First of all, those swing sets are going $20K. You dropping $20K on a swing set? Back in my day,
yeah, it was $79. It's like, and the one corner used to come up, and my mom was afraid that I was going to tip it over when I was in the swing real high.
Look, I get it.
I didn't play $20,000, not that far off.
Well, that was the biggest one that they had, but the other one that was like a normal swing set, beautiful swing set.
Yeah.
Regular price $10K. They had the preseason by a half price $5K.
No way,
dude. I was like,
I'll send you a picture of my swing set. And we got this right towards the tail end of COVID.
That's why I live by the park. You kids, take it up to the park. I'm not spending $5K on a swing set.
And we had in my township, we have a couple parks. We have this one park that they probably spent like $1 million on.
Sure, as they should.
And it's a 2-minute drive from my house.
Who can afford that type of swing set? What type of wood are we using here, oak?
Yeah, so we started off with the wood one, whatever that makes those wood swing sets. And unless you want to put, you want to protect the wood and then you have to refinish it and things like that, I don't have time for all that, right? Yeah. So we ended up getting rid of that after actually a long time, but it looked like crap. And we got one of these. I'm trying to give him a plug because he's a listener.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, we got it up in Limerick. They sell the sheds and then they sell the swing sets.
Now, see, I could spend a good deal on a shed. I need a shed, but that's selfish for me. The kids don't care.
No, all right, we spent $10,000 on the swing set. It was during a much different time, Sean.
Sheesh.
when I was getting big bonuses for great ratings.
10K. That will do.
But you know what? We won't outgrow this, and it's awesome. It's like, I don't know what it's like right now. I wish I had 10 grand and not that swing set. But still.
They play on it? They use it?
They use it all the time.
All right. Well, then that's all.
10 grand? Did I hear that right?
Yeah, I wish I wouldn't have said. But yeah, like that's the going rate for what one of the good
really
ones are.
For you.
It was shocking to see those numbers at the Superior Play Systems over there in Norristown. And that's what they do. It's a great idea. Like I said, it's a place that they host parties. And then, oh, by the way, you could play on all their jungle gyms and everything that they have for you to buy. And then, oh, by the way, the price tag is on their products.
Right.
So you could see it. But, man, like that didn't make me go, this would look great in my backyard. This actually went, man, I am just poor, and my kids are going to have to play with cardboard boxes for the rest of their lives from Amazon.
Yeah, Kendall, you're not getting this, just so you know. Yeah, they're lucky they got it when they did. Trust me.
Yeah.
Because otherwise it's not happening.
It's all about timing, John Marks. Everything is about timing in life.
It certainly is. Let's get Tom from Collegeville has I think he wants to, does he want to enter the contest? Does he want to give his online or his phone application? Tom, go ahead. What's up?
Hey, guys, great show. I really enjoy listening every day.
Thank you.
I have a unique situation. Both of my sons won back-to-back years.
What?
And it's an incredible experience. So my older son is a senior at Westchester University now.
Let's go.
And he would love to defend his title under your guidance.
All right, so
under your banner.
So you bring your son, and your son, when did he win? Last year?
No. It was 3 and 4 years ago. So actually both sons won back-to-back years, which is like one of my, most incredible moments as being a dad.
Wow. All right.
Is Todd DeFeo still at the station?
I don't know any Pat. No. What's your son? What's your son who you would bring? First of all, how do you decide which son to bring? You said both your sons won.
The one is actually away at school, so he wouldn't be able to make a midday, like a weekday
gotcha.
event. So my older son, he won first. So again, he would be the one I would bring.
What's his name?
Dan.
All right, so Dan competes. You're calling in. All right, this is a convincing case, Sean. He wants Dan to get another shot to win.
I like it.
Dan, under your banner, under the midday banner.
There
exactly
it is.
Right. Tom, now you're selling me. You're making me a believer.
We're talking defending champ, and you're he did it. The proof is in the pudding, as they say. So
that's right.
So is he a better knockout player? Because you can win the knockout tournament and not be an elite basketball player, right? So is he more of a knockout basketball player, or is he a good ball player as well?
No. It started as a good ball player. He played varsity. He played 4 years in high school.
4 years of varsity.
And
there you go.
More like like in college, you got to be special. So he does more of the the rec in college and whatnot. He played college quarterback, so basketball was the second sport.
All right.
So he's ready. He's ready.
You're making an excellent case, Tom. All right, I'm gonna.
He's an athlete. You guys are looking for athletes. He's an athlete, so he.
All right, Tom, hang on a second. Defending champion, 4 years, varsity.
Varsity, yep. Previous champion, let's go. He's bringing the belt. He's bringing the hardware.
All right. Yep, because that's really what it matters, Trish.
You got to get serious about this.
Yeah, we don't really, because Ricky and Bill are already like, we're not playing, so, whatever. Ricky's too busy the next day to play.
I'll be at the game. I'm going to the Phillies game.
You're going to the game that night, the Sixers game that night? Oh, no. So is that opening day?
Phillies game is the next day.
I just got called a traitor.
Oh,
all right, so
man.
So when we asked you if you wanted to be on the team, you had told me during the break you were hesitant because you are the lead fill-in.
I'm the lead fill-in, yes.
On Unfiltered.
Yes.
And that also allows you to be on TV whenever you're the lead fill-in.
I'll say this much. Ray Dunn's a shining star. If Ray Dunn gets picked up, let's say ESPN brings him on or CBS, I think Trish is next in line.
She's certainly making the case for that.
So if that's the case, I would say,
all right. So
I'm planting the flag in Trish. Not literally.
Yeah, but fill in on the back of a jersey might look pretty good.
So we can't pressure her because that's not what I would ever do. And there's Cola Ruler right there. We're not going to pressure her. And I would say that now Ricky and Bill are both entering.
Oh, they're coming.
No, come on in.
It's hell in a cell now.
Thank God about. Oh gosh, I thought I was
no, Ricky. I just got to say, pretty weak that you're bowing out of the tournament.
Hell in
You
a
have to
cell.
work the next day.
I'm not going to bow out.
Oh, you're not.
I'll be there.
All right. Because there were a lot of people saying it's because of Ray. That you were concerned about losing to Ray again.
No, I don't care all that much. I just got to come up with a new way to exit. Every year I got to exit meanly.
Uh-oh. So Sean,
watch your lips.
Yeah, I will.
Don't knock him out or you might get a elbow to the
I know exactly
cheek.
where I'm lining up. Yeah,
All right.
exactly.
All right.
You think you're taking Patricia?
Well, we asked her.
Yeah, you know what's unbelievable? You sit back here and you sit here and recruit people when we can't take a day off because you have all these people in with you.
Right. No, I know.
You have like 20 players on your team.
Sucks to be you. Great to be me.
You suck.
And you guys, if you guys want to give out your tickets and your spot, you can do it any way you want. I'm trying to make
We're
this
lining
fun.
them up.
Because the other thing is we want to win.
Yeah.
The show wants to win.
Yeah,
we want to be like, you ever watch The Voice, Sean?
Yes.
You know, in The Voice, how you have it's like, who's on there right
Reba McEntire.
Reba McEntire, she probably never wins, right? She doesn't seem like she's good
Who wants
at
to
it.
line up with Reba?
But,
when you got your option to like Eric Church and Gwen Stefani.
Who used to win a lot, Trish? What coach? You didn't watch that?
On The Voice?
Yeah.
Wasn't John Legend on there? And
Adam Levine.
Yeah.
Luke Bryan, too, right?
We want to be
there
the
you
John Legend that always wins The Voice, is the coach that wins The Voice. That's us.
Kelly Clarkson.
All right, how do you do that? Well, you do it by making sure you're getting good people, not just good basketball players. We also need to add personality to the contest.
Blake Shelton.
Right. Did you watch The Voice ever?
I did not.
I used to watch it. My kids like it.
I think Survivor's on like year 50.
Yeah, I don't watch that. No. You know what we watched? We were watching on after we got because I couldn't take what they were watching on TV anymore. I put on Tom and Jerry on YouTube.
Oh yeah,
and I put it on for all three of them. It was like they were mesmerized by it. Like, yeah, they don't talk. Well, how don't they talk? They don't talk. Like, you'll see how they don't talk. They don't talk, and then they don't talk for the entire episode, and they're thoroughly entertained.
They got new Charlie Brown episodes on iTunes or Apple TV. We've been watching that.
All right. Well, we're gonna have a take Tuesday, and I have a take from my Disney vacation.
Ooh.
That I've used before, and people are always outraged, but they probably realize later that I'm correct. That's coming up. Also, we talked about Harper and what's going on with the Phillies. We'll do that coming up next. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
NFL.
Noon with Patricia Caputo, who is now been assigned to Unfiltered with Ricky.
Oh
and
no,
Phil.
we lost her.
I mean, what do you want me to do?
I want you to fight Ricky.
No, but Ricky comes in here and he's like, we don't have anybody on our team. Nobody cares about us. We can't take off.
If Bill can go, what is this, on the 28th? Is that right?
No,
Or am I wrong?
25th.
The 25th? If Bill can go until March 20th without calling me Patty, I'll be on their team.
All right. What's wrong with Patty?
I don't like Patty.
You're not a 70-year-old woman like my mom.
Correct. That's
whose name's Patty.
That's my grandmother's name. Love grandma.
All right.
But I'm not my grandma.
My mom's probably listening right now on the Alexa app. At home.
Great name. Great name.
Watching my daughter.
Just not
today.
for me.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. All right. Well, all I'm saying is that, like, at some point you got to feel sorry for the fellas. You know?
Do I? Their mugs are on television Monday through Friday. You know what, John? Everywhere I go, restaurants, I walk into the Xfinity Mobile Arena.
Yeah, Colarulo's
and their Rick as well. Their mugs are all over the place. I'm not feeling sorry for them.
But at least Ricky is a former Philly that does the post game. Colarulo was at a courtroom a year and a half ago. Now he's on every TV in the Delaware Valley.
Killing it.
All right, Bill.
Killing it.
All right, yeah, maybe we shouldn't feel bad for him.
No, I don't feel bad for them boys.
I'll have to get Ray's opinion on
We're new here.
Ultimately, I'm gonna allow Trish to decide what she wants to do. I'm gonna put it on her. But and I'm not saying that, and I can be bitter, and I can be somebody that holds grudges. Just so you know.
Great. Good to know. Thanks for letting me know.
You can ask my enemies.
I like that.
All right, Phillies. Spring training goes on. You see the picture of Bryce and Schwarber standing next to each other in the WBC uniforms.
Lot of juice right now. A lot of juice. I'm feeling good, feeling great about our chances, too. Mark DeRosa as the coach, coming back manager. I'm a big D-Row guy. Huge D-Row guy.
I heard somebody in local media, not here, a different market, say they don't care. Like, what am I supposed to do? I just came off of watching the Olympics. Now I'm supposed to be excited again about the World Baseball Classic, like USA. And here's what I would say to that. Don't even watch the U.S. game first. Watch the Dominican against Puerto Rico, or watch Mexico against the Dominican, and tell me that game's not juiced. Those games, remember they had the game in Miami? I forget. Was it Venezuela against somebody?
Oh, yeah.
And it was for $1 million for everybody that was in the stadium. It was so loud.
Yeah, Japan is no joke, too, as well. There's a lot of great baseball players, number one. So
I'm so juiced up for it.
Yeah, definitely. And then look, WBC or the USA, they have a great shot. Some are saying that things were put into place for them to win it all this year. I'm not buying into that, but there were some players that will be missing due to some insurance reasons. No need to dig into that as far as details are concerned. But you have to like our chances. Pitching could be a little bit better if I'm being honest with you. But as far as boppers, come on, Judge, Harper, Schwarber, list goes on and on. It's a great team. It'll be a lot of fun.
Yep. As long as they win, it'll be a lot of fun.
I think they're scrimmaging today. I saw Luke Arcani pop a tweet out with the lineup right now.
All right.
And if I could real quick, I want to pull that up and give you the lineup for today's WBC. All right, here we go. Team USA lineup exhibition game versus the Giants. Bobby Witt Jr., Bryce Harper 2, Judge 3, Schwarber 4 to DH, Bregman 5, Cal Raleigh, Anthony, Buxton, Terang, and then Skeens getting the mound.
So Harper's batting 2?
Correct.
Harper's going to hit before Schwarber. I think Schwarber's going 3, Harper's 2, and Trey Turner.
Yeah.
And it's a matter of boom or who they alternate in and out of there.
Yeah.
Makes the most sense.
Hey, look, it's a lot of potential for that lineup. A lot of bops.
About Andrew Painter. Was going nuts about Andrew Painter.
Morosi.
John Paul Morosi of Fox Sports. Do we have that or no? That's okay.
I sent it. Oh, all right, that's all right.
Regardless, he's taking the baton from the last person that did it and saying Andrew Painter really, really had a good start, and there's a lot of buzz going with Andrew Painter could have this year that we were expecting maybe 2 years ago.
Yeah, look, Morosi got on there, and he was talking specifically about his debut, and really he was impressed. I know he was talking a lot about what he was hearing, as well as often insiders do. And then he was making the case of like, look, this is so important now more than ever because of Wheeler. And he was painting that picture, if I may, where it's when it comes back, you're going to look at this season in a whole different manner because it's going to be life before Wheeler, life after Wheeler. And I think he made a good point. He made sense. I just want to caution our expectations with with Andrew Painter here. That's, he was kind of getting a little carried away. Morosi, I'm talking.
Oh, people get excited.
Yeah, like, all right. Like, maybe I'm downplaying him just a little bit.
No, like, if he ends up having a 3 ERA, then it's like, oh, he's back. Because he looked like he could be that guy from Jump Street that could come into the majors and be that type of a pitcher. He didn't look like that last year in AAA. 5.4 ERA last year in AAA. So before we go nuts over one start for 2 innings,
yeah.
All right. What did I say yesterday? 4 ERA.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hoping for.
Well, if
4 ERA.
We got 2 starts that were both 2 innings apiece. I can't go nuts over both of them, but I feel like I would, if there was one that I would go a little bit more crazy over, I think it was Nola's. Like, Nola looked like his stuff was moving. It was just great to see him back out there. Like, I want to believe what Ray is pitching. I do. I'm just not so sure that at the end of the season that's going to be those type of numbers that Ray is pitching. But still, if Nola returns to form and he gets you 30 starts and everything.
4.5 ERA, 30 starts.
Every 5th day he gets the ball. You just think about the less tax as far as the bullpen is concerned, potentially leading to more wins. If you do that, then we're talking about winning the division. We'll see.
Six innings and 3 runs is 4.5 ERA. I'll take that every start.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's kind of what he was before, but better. Some starts he give up a run, other starts he give up 2 runs. At this point in his career, I think that's best case. I don't know. Here's Morosi talking about Andrew Painter.
If Painter is able to be ready early, and by all accounts, I think he's an excellent candidate to make the opening day roster. That's not the same as saying Painter's going to be in there for 6 months, because there may need to be a time where he pulls back a little bit, where they watch his innings. But guess what? That's when Wheeler comes in. So I think that you look at the totality of what this rotation can do. I think Wheeler will make his arrival. Maybe it's May, and maybe Wheeler or maybe Painter rather will take a step back. But they need him right now. They need him early. And by all accounts, that's a very live arm. That's a major league ready arm. We thought he was going to be able to be a major league starter 2 years ago before the injury took hold. I think now is the time that you see the full potential of Painter in the major league.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm in. I'm ready. Let's go.
I'm buying.
It's something to be excited about with the Phillies. Because think about it, a lot of people, I don't think the fan base is negative right now. Kind of like, ready for the, because
you're feeling from the people out there?
Are you feeling excitement?
Yeah.
So I do feel more excitement than I thought.
I think a lot has to do with the fact of warmer weather on the horizon. It's fun to tune in.
But also, was Bo Bichette really, would that have been a wise move?
Bo Bichette's bat? Yes.
You see the videos that they have still coming out with him bobbling the ball.
He's going to be it's going to be a process over there for the Mets.
I think it's easy for me to say that because we'd be so jacked up right now if Bichette was,
you weren't signing him for the glove. Let's just be honest about that. Right. But you brought him in. We'll see what happens. But yeah, it would have changed a lot. It would have changed a ton as far as what that infield would have looked like. Somebody would have had been shipped out. Probably would have been Bohm. You never know. Still, though, it did not happen. I do feel like there's some buzz. I really do. I think Crawford is leading the charge, especially at his first at bat. He goes off the wall, right? Left center field.
Crawford's going to be good.
Yep. And Painter comes in there like, all right. And Garcia, the fact he looks like Incredible Hulk. Yeah, that was catching some attention, too, as well.
Anti-Kyle Schwarber person, Uncle Jamie, checks in.
Uncle Jamie.
He says, look at the analytics on Painter. Between last year and this year and previous years, the spin rate on his four-seam fastball is diminished, and it has not come back. Now they've changed his arm angle to make him more of a ground ball pitcher. That changes what you expect from Painter. He's not going to get as many strikeouts. He's going to play to contact more. Ground balls.
I was surprised at the zip he had on his ball. Like when you told me 98, I was like, wow, he made that look really easy. Kid's got some nasty stuff.
He's also big. He's tall. I think he's 6'6".
Is he 22? He's young.
Dude, he was 20, ready to make the majors. That's how impressive he had been in the minors. And then I was down there the day we were down there doing our shows.
At Clearwater?
That he came out and he announced that
that's not fun.
Yeah. That they were going to have surgery and stuff. But at that point, I think everybody expected it. Anyway, coming up, News at Noon with Patricia Caputo. Don't call her Patty. Aaron Judge's non-motivational speech. Trae Young was ejected from the game last night that he didn't play in.
Oh, man.
And then the ABS system has a close call. Oh, the ABS system. I lobbied for this for years, and I don't want it anymore, Sean.
Oh, no. Well, they're doing it wrong. I'll tell you more about that later.
All right. That's coming up. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Injury strikes again. I'm Patricia Caputo with your Fanatic Sports Update. The Sixers will take on the Spurs tonight. Joel Embiid has been ruled out after straining his right oblique in Thursday's win against the Heat. You can listen to Sixers Spurs live right here on the Fanatic starting at 8 p.m. Flyers defeated the Maple Leafs 3-2 Monday night. Dan Vladar helped secure the win, stopping 2 of Toronto's scoring attempts in the shootout. Fly Guys will look to keep it rolling against Utah Thursday. Phillies taking on the Rays this afternoon. Jim Salisbury joined the morning show Monday to discuss how Painter improved this offseason.
Control and command. A lot of times it's command, which is fine-tuning of control, but he had both issues. So he walked 4 batters per 9 innings, which is not him. So those are 2 things they really went to work on this winter.
The game against the Rays comes after Bryce Harper and Kyle Schwarber departed for the World Baseball Classic. Union have off until Saturday after losing to New York City FC in their home opener Sunday. Union will look to bounce back against the San Jose Earthquakes Saturday. This update is brought to you by Positive Coaching Alliance. Questions about youth or high school sports? Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCAA, national nonprofit organization, develops better athletes and better people through youth and high school sports. Info at positivecoach.org. I'm Patricia Caputo on the home of the Sixers, Flyers, and Union. 97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic app.
Post? Or
Yes.
do you talk after that?
No, you can't talk
That's
after
the post?
That's the post. Yeah.
No pause
I mean,
for it?
you literally have 30 seconds to get to that point.
Right. No, you're right.
You got enough to
Because
say.
Nirvana Smells Like Teen Spirit, the post isn't when he starts singing.
Dude, I swear to you, the other day I was at my produce. I go to a side produce spot in Conshohocken. It's great. It's where I get all my fruit and vegetables, obviously. And they were listening to another radio station, and the guy had like maybe 6 seconds of, before the post hit. And in those 6 seconds, he goes, I kid you not, I don't know. I don't think A.J. Brown's going to be back. It's just my take. What do you say?
Seriously?
It wasn't a sports station or nothing. It was hysterical. I'm just like, this is how crazy we are in this city. It was,
They're talking, was it a rock radio or was it an urban?
It was a rock radio.
So rock radio is doing Eagles talk.
And very light rock. We'll just leave it at that. It's like, I don't know. It was like a real quick, like he forced it in there. It was like a 5-second quick little hitter.
So unnecessary?
Yeah, kind of. Like just
the audience doesn't give a damn.
Play the music, bro.
You made it about you and not the audience.
I don't know. A.J. Brown doesn't seem like he wants to come back.
You kid. Trish, here's a lesson for you since you're a youngster in the business.
Here's Elton John coming up.
It's never about, if it was Elton John, I'd be in. It's never about you. It's about the audience. You can't be talking to A.J. Brown because you care about it. If people want to hear Elton John, they don't care about it.
No.
There you go. But what do I care? Do whatever you want. All right, we're going to get to do we have the new thing on our drop board or should we wait? We can wait. I just want to make sure I do it. All right, well, we have a new drop.
Oh, I can't wait.
From today's show that we'll debut.
Can't wait.
But it's time for the news at noon without Ray.
News at noon with Ray Dunn.
We got to edit this. This should be right now.
News at noon with
dun. I think it works.
So I did that for the first time on Monday and thought I pressed the wrong button. And Ray and Amy are so chill about it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I just totally messed up the news at noon. And Ray's like, no, this is the new drop now.
That's the new open, and then we're going to rotate. Sean's got some other ideas for the news at noon.
I got one coming.
And at first I didn't even realize it was you. I was like, who is that? And
Yeah,
they were like, it's John.
You don't know the skills that I have.
I didn't realize that you could sing like Elton John. I didn't know.
Yeah, there you go.
But now that I know. Okay, well, maybe you have this skill, John. Maybe it's giving speeches. Do you have that skill?
Not really.
Well, it's
Public
okay.
speaking is not something I enjoy doing.
Yeah, that's what I figured. I mean, Aaron Judge apparently doesn't either. If you listen to his motivational speech, I usually don't say, stick to baseball and all of that, but maybe they should have just selected somebody else to give a speech. He can be a captain in another way, maybe not in what I thought was a little over-exaggerated speech. Take a listen.
Sacrificing for your family at home, you're sacrificing for your country, and you're sacrificing for the brothers in the trenches with you every single day. And that's one thing I want us to do, fellas. We're down, we're beat up a little bit, man. Bleed into each other, man. We're going to lay it all on the line. If we do that, we're bringing the goal home, man. I'm telling you.
That's why they call him Captain America, baby.
So this was at the WBC. The MLB posted this saying, our captain.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Now, was there a video of Bryce Harper yawning while he was saying this or no?
First of all, there's a video of Bryce Harper saying, judgy.
Yes, there is.
Judgied him. All right, dude.
Judgy?
It's not.
It was in the same context of Kyle Schwarber, if I'm not mistaken.
Saying hockey.
And I believe I have that audio.
Schwarby?
Judgy.
Yeah.
I got judgy behind me. Yeah, exactly.
All right. So, but it wasn't impressive. But what do you think? Tony Robbins is going to step up there and you're going to hear him talking?
My problem was it was do this for your family. The whole life's on the line here.
Homie.
Yeah, that
sacrifice for your country.
Yeah. Are we doing a hot take Tuesday? Are
We're
we doing
do
that?
Take Tuesday later.
That was good.
Then I'll save what I'll say for later.
All right.
I don't think it's uninspiring by no means. It's just he's more of a leader by example. Let's just put it that way.
Being the captain, he needs to get up and address what did Bryce Harper sound like if he went up and addressed the team? Probably not as good as Kyle Schwarber or some other people, right?
Sure.
Yeah, a lot of people on Twitter were like, this is so unmotivational. For me, I just felt that it was over-exaggerated.
I'll just tell you right now, you want to get motivation? Mark DeRosa, the manager. I get it. He probably wants a player to talk. I understand that. D-Row is phenomenal on television. I think he's awesome as far as a personality is concerned. And I let's see him, man. Let's go. He motivates me.
I want to run through a brick wall after a speech, I want to
Didn't get that vibe
Yeah,
from
no, not at all.
More like a wet
Very
paper bag, maybe.
Okay, but someone who apparently is willing to go through many leaps and bounds for his team is Trae Young. He has not played for the Wizards since being traded just yet. but still found a way to get ejected. This is what it sounded like.
We have a technical foul on Trae Young for running on the court, and he's been ejected.
Oh, wow. Wow. Can't come on the court, though.
We have a defensive foul on Houston, and the play is being reviewed to see if it's potentially flagrant.
Trae Young hasn't even played a game yet for the Wizards. Can't do that.
So went on the court during the game and got ejected as a result in street clothes.
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, like the guy said, you can't come on the court. All right, like, all right.
Yeah, he's been out with a quad injury. He's been out since the 27th. Obviously, was traded. He's going to make his Wizard debut, which is surprising. I didn't know if he was or not. Coming up here Thursday of this week, and he did tweet, "Don't expect me to get ejected too many more times, DC. I'm definitely bringing that energy and competitiveness when I'm back from my brothers." Heart emoji.
Oh man. Now, see, that's motivation right there.
That's right.
I'm ready to watch that game.
Well, they need it because they're 16-44 on the season.
Oh.
But that's crazy because I thought, Anthony Davis was shut down. I thought Trae Young was as well. But
oh, well.
Not. Yeah.
All right. Last one?
Yes, last one. So we have the new ABS system that was challenged yesterday in the Red Sox-Blue Jays game, and it came what at least the announcer says, you'll hear it. It was a very, very close call.
First challenge attempt of the game using the ABS system, and it just missed.
Catcher on catcher crime here.
Boston has one challenge. We have not seen that before. Less than a tenth of an inch.
Ooh.
I mean, that's got to be the closest challenge that's happened in Major League Baseball to this point.
Tight.
All right, news and noon. I want you to tell me, because I said this before when we teased the ABS system.
Yeah.
Because I was very much when it was talked about. Originally, people called them robot umps, and it's just it's the automated balls and strikes. That's what ABS stands for. And originally, I just want the call to be correct. That's all that I want.
Correct.
I just it slows down. Like, people complain, and I guess I like complaining sometimes. But really, if you're trying to get the call correct, use technology that's available to get the call correct.
Yep.
And it's up to baseball not to screw it up, and it sees like they're screwing it up.
I agree. Right there with you.
What I talked about for years wanting, I don't want anymore.
Oh, no. See, that's wrong. I don't often tell you you're wrong. I don't tell many people they're wrong, but that's wrong. First of all, you don't want to lose the suspense, right? Like, that's what it comes down to. Ball strikes. You want the suspense. This whole challenge nonsense where you get two and you get to retain it if you get it correct, like, that's going to be a disaster in waiting. Somebody's going to run out of challenges in the 7th, or 8th, or 9th inning, and it's going to be a big damn deal when they don't miss that call. And it's just ridiculous. It should just have the automated strike zone. That's it. Balls and strikes need to be on the automated strike zone. I'm not trying to take umpires out of the game, but technology has advanced so much that, look, they're not needed in that category anymore behind the plate.
For balls and strikes, like, I remember growing up, do you remember they used to have separate umpires for the American League and the National League?
Oh, yeah.
So you would get crews that only worked the American League, and you would get crews that only worked the National League. And the strike zone in the American League, and it was said because, they have the designated hitter, was known to be a bigger zone. So it wasn't as tight of in the National League, a much smaller strike zone. If you were an American League ump, you typically had a larger strike zone, right, to try to even things out. It's like, well, hang on a second. A strike is a strike and a ball is a ball. It shouldn't range from umpire to umpire. Some umpires would say, well, no, he'll give you that high strike, or, oh, he'll give you that low strike. Either it's a strike or not. It shouldn't be different from umpire to umpire. It should just be a strike. So if they have the technology to where they can use that specifically so they can call balls and strikes, I'm 100% into it.
Yep.
But it seems like what you're saying, like what I was saying before, I don't want it now because Major League Baseball going to totally F it up. It's going to be more of a pain than anything else.
The one game over the weekend, there was 7 challenges, I want to say, in like the first 2 innings. It's just, it's too much. It's just too much.
Can't they just automatically, if you want to, have an umpire that's watching it, and if it's wrong, oh, nope, that's wrong. That's a ball. There shouldn't have to be challenges. Are they going to throw a flag? Charlie Manuel going to throw a flag out there?
Yeah, I feel like, look, if you got the buzzer in your back pocket, there's an umpire back there. It's ball. It's a strike. They tell them what it is. It's that easy, and eventually we're going to get to that. Let's just skip this step because the whole taking the mask off. Oh, we got a challenge and it happens quick. But look, you're looking at probably, 10 challenges per game? I don't know what the number would be, but like I said, you get 2 unsuccessful, and if you do get a successful challenge, you get to retain that. Here's some numbers for you real quick. Through Saturday's games, this is from, I believe, Sporting News. Through Saturday's games, the overall success rate for challenges has been 52%. Batters have been slightly less successful, 49% getting calls overturned than pitchers. Pitchers and catchers are 54%. Terrific breakdown at Baseball Savant. One manager is quoted saying that he wants an 80% success rate if he's going to give his hitters a green light to challenge.
That's fair.
Just get the call right. That's all we want.
Right. So you know what they've done though? I think this would have eliminated the need for the ABS. It really, like the last couple of years is when it became, umpires have gotten so bad. Have they? Or has technology just improved to you where you can see where umpires aren't calling the technical strike zone?
Yep.
So before it didn't matter about being the technical strike zone. It was like that's what their strike zone is. You're giving an umpire an almost impossible decision, which is here's the box, it has to be there. So that box that's on TV, if it's even accurate, you know what you're realizing now? They were always missing this many balls and strikes.
Yep.
It's just now that it's beat into your head and the announcers complain about it because now you actually see it. And then you have the accounts to track it, and then they put it out there.
Yeah.
This umpire missed 14 balls or whatever. That has always been the case in baseball. It's just now we know it, and it drives us nuts.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And so they've taken away the box in the broadcast.
Saw that, which is a good thing. But like I said, at the end of the day, we just want to get the calls right. And here's another thing. I would imagine it's kind of foolishness for these umpires to get back out there, and they look bad. Like, all right, I missed that call. Honestly, if you told them we're taking this out of your hands, we're going to make it's an automatic.
They should want
ball
it.
and strike. I guarantee those home plate umpires would want it. Makes their job that much easier. Batters want it. Managers want it. I want it. I sure as hell don't want this. I watched a game the other day. It was the Yankees playing in that first inning, and I could not. I'm like, are you kidding me? This is what we're doing? 6 challenges in the first inning. All right. Like let's be real here.
And just remember, it's the beginning of it, so it's going to be a little bit messy, and probably they need to make changes to it. But what I envisioned was an easy way to call strikes. Now I'm like, what is this? This isn't the way you do it. All right. Yesterday we mentioned Johan Rojas and how there was a Latino reporter that was reporting that he was facing a suspension.
Wilbur.
Now, nothing's come out, which a lot of people will say, well, nothing else has come out. But here's what's happened. The Phillies haven't commented, and the Phillies haven't said this isn't true. Nobody's actually come out and said that he's not facing a suspension because there's been no follow-up report to this. So nothing else has said that he is being suspended other than this original report. But he did leave the team. He did leave the Dominican team of the WBC, and they said it was for personal reasons. So if they say it's for personal reasons, they don't have to say what it was for.
Okay.
So all I'm saying is that if he didn't test positive for whatever he tested positive for, PEDs was what it was being reported, not marijuana, right? It was not marijuana, it's PEDs. That if that's true, the Phillies very easily could come out and say that's not true. Or Rojas's agent could tell anybody that's not true. Todd Zalecki could say anybody could report on this. No one's reporting anything. Why do you think that is?
It's a good question.
Well, I'll give you the answer because so obviously there's something going on.
Yeah, there's definitely something going on.
Yeah.
So he was, like you said, Nelson Cruz announced the roster change for the Dominican Republic team. You know darn well if you get the opportunity to play for those teams, that's a big deal. You know, the players aren't just leaving, especially.
And if there was personal reasons, it's easy for the Phillies to come out or a reporter to come out and say, listen, it's not what you think. Even not even on the record, off the record to somebody and say it's not what you think. There's something else going on. I'll just tell you that. You don't got to tell them what's going on. So, I mean, I don't know for a fact that he tested positive, but it certainly feels like that's where we're going. But we'll see. We'll see. Also, so I bring that up because just breaking news, this is Jeff Passan, ESPN. Atlanta Braves designated hitter Jurickson Profar is facing a 162-game suspension after testing positive for a PED for the second time.
It might be the fact that Atlanta is just cooked.
Could anything else go wrong?
Like they might just be, one of those cursed teams, and it just might not ever happen for them. Cunha getting hurt the way he did, how amazing of a player he is, and for him to be out, of course.
Strellenbach already had elbow problem. The other young pitcher has a problem
this year, and everything that they've been over the years and dealt with. It's just crazy that it continues to happen for the Atlanta Braves. So it might be one of those deals where they're just cursed.
Yeah, maybe. All right, Profar didn't. I guess he was hurt last year because he had 318 at bats, but he had previously been a pretty impactful player. No, it's crazy, man. It really is. It's crazy. So that's according to Jeff Passan.
Just saw that. Yeah.
Yep. All right, couple other things here. Did you see this? You see this picture? So I've been caught by this as well. AI with these fake images, and people make videos and they put them on Instagram or whatever, and I don't even think, is that real? And then you'll see people in the comments being like, nice try, AI, or AI. It's like, oh, that is fake. So now you're looking for it a little bit more. But there was a picture that some fake account put out that it was a picture of Lorenzo and Sonny Styles, who are both coming out for the draft, Ohio State players, with their dad. And Pat McAfee's show, they tweeted it out yesterday. And you saw the picture. Trish, did you see the picture? So the AI picture it looks like Zeus, or what was his name in Friday?
Debo.
Debo from Zeus next to Ice Cube. That's how big the difference is between him and his two soon-to-be NFL playing sons. It was an AI image. The real picture, he's actually smaller than his sons, which is still a big dude, right?
Oh, yeah.
But the picture they put out there, it's like, wow, that's unbelievable. So I read one of the sites out there was ripping McAfee, saying that showcasing AI images intentionally or not intentionally is incredibly lame. All right, like I would have been stupid too. I didn't know it wasn't real. If you think he's lame, it's not because they got tricked by an AI image.
All right, so it's funny you're bringing this up right now. I'm going to hand this to you. This is a 259,000 account on Instagram. This girl who, I think this is fake. You tell me, sniff it out. This might be a segment. John Marks, is that a real person or is that AI?
AI.
That's AI. 259,000 people follow that account. And it's this girl in this golf cart.
259,000 idiots that think it's a real person.
Take a look at who follows.
Which I won't say.
No, don't say it. Don't say it. Anyways, my golf group, I'm going to Myrtle Beach with the golf trip every year.
Real.
And they sent it. I'm like, guys, you got to sniff out the AI a little bit here.
Most likely fake followers.
Yeah, it's probably an account.
Because, like, when you look at the views, and just so you know, the pictures are just at a very... A woman that's beautiful in like a string bikini or other lingerie with big breast implant.
And a golf cart.
And a golf cart.
That sells. That sells more than anything. You put a hot girl in a golf cart, honestly, the views will be through the roof.
Right. Yep. So it's of course linked to an OnlyFans type page as I click on it. There's not enough views for 259,000. So I think a lot of the views are bought. That's clearly fake.
Yes. Well, that was just sent to me in my group text as far as for the golf trip, and I was just cracking up where it's like, man, AI is out there.
All right, so you ready? I got 90 seconds on this. I'll just say it's a friend of mine. He started a fake with an AI just like that. A fake chick.
Oh man.
And then that went to an OnlyFans page or something like that where there's more fake pictures.
And he's selling it?
And he stopped because he wasn't making enough money. But he was what you have to do is you have to constantly be online.
Oh, that's so
And when
creepy.
people comment on the picture, you have to DM them.
Oh, that's so
And then
creepy.
they're DMing you. You have to spend a lot of time online doing it. And he said that there's too many pics that he had to look at that he wasn't willing to look at anymore for the amount of money he was making.
Well, that dude needs to be hosed off. That's number one, because that is just some
He just
dirty.
wanted to see if he could get it to work.
That's
and
dirty.
he
Yeah,
did.
yeah.
So that's
Wanted to see how much
what
money
that
he could
is.
make.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what that is.
And look, there are plenty of people out there that are running those fake accounts. You're right. I mean, look, it's okay to look at. I mean, I have an issue looking at it, but to follow it and want it on your timeline.
That's more than creepy.
And to send it around to your golf Slack chat. Come on, man.
All right, coming up, Take Tuesday. So Jeff Mosher, 1 o'clock, right? That's confirmed.
Trish, do you think that's real? It's terrible.
No, I'm pleading the fifth on all of
Keep
this.
her out of this.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, it's
2026.
Terrible.
You have to understand, Trish, when we were doing radio before, it was like the porn stars would come in the
Much
studio.
different world, man.
Thank God it's not like that anymore.
Yes, we got a lot of respect.
Absolutely.
But the AI is crazy. You guys got to use your intuition.
Yeah, but how can you criticize Pat McAfee? It's like back in the day. This is the equivalent of the beginning of Twitter, where a darn Schefter would trick people and put out the fake tweets, which were funny.
You got to be on your A game. That's all.
And then you learn, and you're like, all right, you got to look for the check mark. Now everybody has check marks, so that doesn't even matter.
Correct.
But now it's the AI images that you have to.
They're good. Those people are good at what they do.
All right, coming up, Take Tuesday. What do we have for today? And Jeff Mosher coming up at 1 o'clock. We'll talk about A.J. Brown and what does this team look like without A.J. Brown and the current Eagles propaganda. They're just fine with Devonta Smith. That's coming up next. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Injury strikes again. I'm Patricia Caputo, and this update is brought to you by Positive Coaching Alliance. Questions about youth or high school sports? Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCAA, national nonprofit organization, develops better athletes and better people through youth and high school sports. Info at positivecoach.org. Sixers will take on the Spurs tonight. Joel Embiid has been ruled out after straining his right oblique in Thursday's win against the Heat. You can listen to Sixers Spurs live right here on The Fanatic, starting at 8 p.m. Flyers also have off tonight after defeating the Maple Leafs Thursday. Dan Vladar helped secure the win, stopping 2 of Toronto's scoring attempts in the shootout. Flyers look to keep it rolling against Utah Thursday. Phillies taking on the Rays this afternoon. Jim Salisbury joined the morning show to discuss Andrew Painter's performance over the weekend.
Everybody was really enthused by it. It's all framed differently this spring because he's healthy. He will be counted on to be in the rotation. It's only 2 innings, but he threw all his pitches. He had good pop. He located it well.
The game this afternoon against the Rays comes after players like Bryce Harper and Kyle Schwarber departed for the World Baseball Classic. This update is also brought to you by Papa John's, introducing new pan pizza from Papa John's. Order a medium 1-topping pan pizza, just $11.99 when you download the Papa John's app or at papajohns.com. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's. I'm Patricia Caputo on the home of the Sixers, Flyers, and Union, 97.5 The Fanatic and The Fanatic.
right, back Middays Marks. So I guess we'll open it up again. We have Mosher coming up at 1 o'clock. We had people call in that were competing for it. Again, our knockout tournament, we have a spot in the tournament representing Middays with Marks, and you get 2 tickets to the 76ers game. This is for the game March 25th against the Bulls at Xfinity Mobile Arena. You can always get your single game tickets at Sixers.com. Every day of the show leading up to the tournament. So there's going to be a lot of them.
Yo.
We're going to give you a different a chance. Like every day, we're going to give you a different way to get in. Today, we're just looking for you to tell us why you should represent Middays with Marks. That's it.
I dig it.
And we had a dad of a former winner that is saying, no, like you want somebody that's good and that can win. Well, my son Dan won 3 years ago, and my other son won the year after that. But he played 4 years varsity. So I'd say is he the leader in the clubhouse right now?
I believe so, yes.
All right. So if you think you can beat that, it's a strong one, but it's not impossible to beat that. 610-632-0975. Tell us why you should be today's winner. All right. 610-632-0975. We'll sprinkle in the phone calls as the show goes on, but it's a Take Tuesday, Sean Brace. And on Take Tuesdays, you know what we do?
What do we do?
We give you a take.
How about that?
And I have a take. You have a take?
I can come up with one, absolutely.
All right. Well, I'm going to lead off with mine, and it is. I've done it before, and people either didn't care or didn't understand. But me being at Disney, I'll say it again. I have 3 young children. You know, as a father, Sean, you go through. They watch Sesame Street, and they're watching Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. There's stages of shows that they like. Right now, your daughter Kendall probably is liking different stuff than when she was 4.
Yes.
3-year-olds like Paw Patrol. By the time they're 6, they don't like Paw Patrol as much, right?
Correct.
So I was just at Disney. There is no bigger fraud in this world than Mickey Mouse.
Oh, no.
Nobody actually likes Mickey Mouse. It's just those stupid ears, and that is what Disney is. Because there's nobody that's actually watching Mickey Mouse or watching Mickey Mouse cartoons.
Oh, no.
You have the stupid Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, which nobody likes. And if you actually watch it, you would hate Mickey Mouse.
Yeah.
Because he's a narcissist who doesn't care about anybody else. There's nothing unique. There's nothing funny. There's nothing that's other than him being the stupid ears to Disney. Mickey Mouse offers nothing. He doesn't.
I don't know if I could top this as far as Take Tuesday.
So
wait, how is Mickey a bigger narcissist than Minnie? I feel like Minnie would be the biggest.
Minnie's sweet, who cares about other people. Minnie and Daisy are friends. Who is Mickey friends with?
Oh, Goofy.
Yeah, but like Goofy's there to be made fun of because he's stupid.
Donald.
And then Donald's angry. Then Mickey doesn't care about himself. It's always about Mickey.
Oh. Well,
all right? And Mickey's a woman. It's always about the woman. So it's no difference with that.
Wait, Mickey's a woman?
Oh, Minnie is. So
yeah, Minnie's got you.
You have to understand that.
I was really throwing for
there's nobody.
News.
There's nobody that tunes in to watch Mickey Mouse do anything. He's a complete fraud, and Disney could maybe use a little sprucing up. Because seriously.
Oh yeah, I agree with that. There's not much new.
But they have the Mickey waffles, don't they? They make bank off of that. Why would they change
Mickey
it?
waffles.
Have you seen those?
Yes, I understand I understand, like, that's the logo for Disney. I'm not saying to change that, but can we just realize that nobody likes Mickey Mouse?
Trish just went really in depth.
Well, he was like, change the whole thing, so I had to ask.
You went to the waffle maker.
Here's all I'm saying. Mickey Mouse is a stone fraud, and he's been for a long time. Wow. And there's nobody that, like, if you're 2 years old, you'll be like, yeah, Mickey Mouse. There's no 5-year-old that's like, oh, Mickey Mouse, Mickey Mouse. No one's ready to die for Mickey Mouse at 5 years old. Bluey? Oh, the kids are ready to run through a wall for Bluey.
Kids love Bluey.
Yeah, but Mickey Mouse was big when I was a kid. Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. The new version, not so much. Well, but we didn't have as much access.
Mickey Mouse Funhouse is actually
That's good.
All I'm saying is, unless you're 2 or 3 years old, you don't care about Mickey Mouse, right? Like Charlie Brown. The kids don't like Charlie Brown these days. It aged out. Bugs Bunny. How many cartoons of Bugs Bunny do you see running around in 2026? Kids don't even know who Bugs Bunny is. Mickey Mouse is the same thing, except Disney remains, like the Disney World, Disneyland. The brand remains big. That's not because of Mickey Mouse. Mickey Mouse sucks.
Wow, I actually like Mickey, so I'm going to argue with you on that one. I'm a Mickey supporter.
Why?
It's the original. It's the OG, right? It's the
redeeming
history.
quality does he have? Is he funny?
I like the look. That's it. That's it. I'm character judging just on the surface. No, you're right. I'm looking at some stuff now, and he always gets praised by Pluto and company, and he doesn't return it to anybody. Well, look,
Is that the chatter online?
Well, that's what was written about it, because I did Google whether he's a narcissist or not. But yes, that's a good take by you, apparently so. For me, though, it's it's the Mickey.
I know you weren't expecting that, so you're trying to digest it and unpack it.
Yeah, and it's funny because I bought a couple things, and I had a keychain. It was on my keychain forever, and it just fell off like recently. I pull for Mickey. I'm a Mickey guy.
Okay.
I'm a Mickey guy.
All right. That's fine. Trish is still trying to unpack it.
Wait, so you had a Mickey keychain?
I had a Mickey keychain. I got the Mickey sweater and sweatpants from Gap. I didn't buy them from the amusement park.
But it's branded from the Gap, yeah.
Yeah, it was much cheaper, and I was like, you know what? I'll just buy that then.
Nicole in South Philly is weighing in on Mickey Mouse. Nicole, go ahead.
Yeah, my husband is sitting in his car on his lunch break, and he calls me with you guys on the radio, and he's like, this is why we shouldn't book another Disney trip. And I'm like, no, you're absolutely wrong. Everybody loves Mickey Mouse. Everybody loves Mickey Waffles. You guys are ruining my life.
Mickey Waffles.
You know what it is? Because no one's actually thought about it. Mickey Mouse has no redeeming quality. He's not funny.
Nicole.
He's not nice to other people.
I'm with you, Nicole.
Tom and Jerry offers more than Mickey Mouse does.
We just came back from Disney in January. We have 3 kids. And we just came back, and it was freezing there. And I took my daughter to Bippity Boppity Boutique in the Magic Kingdom. And, it was the most magical experience of my life. And then we went to Hollywood Studios, and we went and saw Fantasmic. And watching Mickey dance around on the stage with all the characters, I cried.
Yes. I can feel it in your voice right now, the passion,
Nicole,
the emotion. I can hear it.
I just returned from Disney. I got back Saturday. And and a couple days was really cold, too, so I'm with you. We were freezing during the fireworks. But here's what I can tell you. That at no point during the time did my kids, and I have a couple older kids, but my 4-year-old was like, oh, where's Mickey? They never saw Mickey the whole time we were there. They wouldn't have cared. They were looking for princesses. They were looking for other people like that. So, I appreciate your opinion on Mickey.
I'm with you, though, Nicole. I'm with you.
Listen, I paid $850 to go eat dinner with Mickey Mouse at Chef. My husband doesn't want to take me back.
Oh.
We have to have this debate right now.
What's your husband's name?
Sonny, and he's sitting in his car right now listening to this.
Sonny?
Come on, Sonny.
All right, Sonny, you know what you're talking about, man. Thank you, Nicole.
Nicole, I'm not going to lie to you, though. I might back Sonny on it. It is pricey. It is very expensive. And once you've done it once, I think you've done it enough. But that's one man's take.
I went to Chef Mickey as well.
Did you see the castle newly painted?
They're in the process of painting it now.
Oh, they're in the process.
Correct. It's not fully done. Every day they're out there until I don't know. At some point I don't know if they're working overnights or they're working nights.
On the Mickey topic, I did see a TikTok of a woman who got married at Disney World and had Mickey and Minnie come to the wedding.
So I actually took
there's some freaks out there.
I got a picture taken of so I'm a Goofy guy. Goofy, to me, Goofy's funny and has a good spirit about him. Donald's angry, and he's always angry about something, right? These are qualities that are redeeming and are interesting. Mickey's just like, oh, it's me, Mickey Mouse, and here's my clubhouse, and he's offering nothing else. But I got a picture taken at the Chef Mickey. Mickey came around. I'm like, get Mickey out of here. Goofy stepped up to the plate, and I got right there because Goofy's my favorite. I got a picture.
Yeah, my daughter, she wanted to meet Moana. She did that. It wasn't about Mickey. She's more Minnie than anything. I'm a Mickey guy. I'm pulling up Mickey.
All right, 76ers and Spurs tonight. 2 notable Sixers not in the lineup. One we knew about, one we did not know about. And is people watching tonight not for the Sixers necessarily? For Wembayama?
7.5-point spread.
That's coming up next. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic. In the Philly Voice, we will discuss A.J. Brown. Is he getting that same feeling that maybe this is more likely that A.J. gets traded? And what does this offense look like with just Devonta Smith and then needing to add a veteran wide receiver? And I think even something that we're not talking about enough, if you don't have Dallas Goedert, then who do you have? And who's even on their roster? Cal Contender is a free agent.
Wow.
Kyle Granson, who didn't play at all last year, really, he's a free agent. Goddard's a free agent.
Look, if you go back in the past 2-3 seasons, we're seeing rookies have an immediate impact, no matter where they're drafted. I mean, again, I'm not going to get too crazy as far as with that take, but there are good tight ends to be drafted. Just because you're not going to get Sadiq, the kid out of Oregon that everybody's in love with, doesn't mean that you can't rely on somebody that's a rookie. Also, there are some decent names. We discussed K-Dot. We brought up as likely from Baltimore. The Green Bay Packers slip in my mind right now. There are a couple good ones that are out there.
Njoku is, and there's also like going to be cap
Njoku's going to cost. He's going to cost though.
Well, a lot of these guys are going to cost. Just like they're not going to. The $3 million tight end because it's like, well, he's not all that good. No, they make a lot more money than that. So just remember that you think that we're not going to re-sign Goddard because he's going to make too much money. These guys are going to make money too.
Goddard should catch a good check.
All right, so Daniel Bellinger, Grant Calcaterra, Eagles, no. Greg Dulcich of the Dolphins, who actually wasn't he really good till the end of the year?
Yeah.
Someone's going to overpay because of what he showed at the end of the year. Noah Font, Connor Hayward, Tyler Higbee from the Rams.
Yep.
Taysom Hill, Austin Hooper, Foster Moreau from the Saints.
Taysom Hill, let's
Darren Waller.
How old's Taysom
Dude,
Hill?
Taysom Hill has made so much money for doing nothing.
No, but that's surprising. He's still out there.
He's still out there. So anyway, so we'll talk about that with.
And I was joking. I wasn't meaning that, but still pretty funny though.
All right, yeah. So the 76ers tonight against the Spurs. They were 8-point underdogs. You had said it went down
7.5.
Okay, Bet Parks may have it changed a little bit. But Kelly Oubre has now been ruled out. So Joel Embiid, if you're listening to the updates, Joel Embiid's missing another game. He's probably going to miss at least one more.
Yep.
And other than that, so now Kelly Oubre has been ruled out due to an illness. So Sixers Spurs tonight. Be nice to mix in a win without Embiid. Obviously, the Spurs are really good. They just are coming off a blowout loss to the Knicks, but before that, they won 10 straight games. This is also the last game of a 5-game road trip. So sometimes those teams, they get to the end of a road trip and they're kind of like, oh, we're almost home. And then you're not expecting the Sixers to come out, whatever. To me, this is a game where I think they play inspired, but they just run out of gas. They're not good enough. They don't have enough talent on the floor on most of these sites, unless Maxey has one of these games where he scores 40+.
Yep.
And you don't even have Oubre that can score 20+ now because he's always has that potential. So
yeah, this is a tough one going up against the Spurs without Embiid out there, and the Spurs are legit championship contenders, and they beat all of the top dogs, including the Pistons, including Oklahoma City. But they did lose a tough one against the Knicks. They got blown out of Madison Square Garden, so it's the first game back here. I look at the 76ers returning home, but I'm not buying into the fool's gold. As you just said, they're just not good enough. And I don't know where the points are going to come from. Like, even if Maxey does give you 35, which he's very capable of, I mean, he's right around that number anyways, averaging 32, whatever it may be. I don't think he's 32 because Luka's leading the league at 32, but I digress. We know he's capable of scoring a lot of points. So, but you're going to need a lot more. You're going to need a lot more. And Joel Embiid will be out at least one more game, and then they're going to reevaluate him, John. So I'm worried about that.
Yeah, the reevaluation might be another. As we learn with baseball players, when you strain that oblique, it can be tricky. The last thing you want is him going out, and then again he kind of re-aggravates it. Then he misses more time.
It's a really good team, and it would be fun to have Joel Embiid because you remember he went off against the Spurs. He scored 70 in the game, and it would be awesome to see those two go head to head. But just not the case. Not the case. Not in the cards, as they say this evening.
Nope.
Sixers, though, look, I think about a lot of conversations that we've had, and allow me to bring this up because guess who returned last night?
Who?
Giannis.
Oh, I saw that.
Giannis returns, and some are wondering why. Now, they ended up getting blown out by the Boston Celtics, but let's not allow that to get in the way here of a good conversation. Giannis, of course, we know what he's capable of. Returns last night, and in 25 minutes of action, 11 boards, 19 points. Pretty darn good day at the office by Giannis there. And just, let me ask you. If Giannis, because that was the big deal, he's not even healthy. He's not available. All right. So if the 76ers did make a move and they were able to obtain Giannis, how are we feeling about that?
Doesn't it seem like a disaster with Embiid regardless? Because you never know if he's going to be healthy, because it's not even just like you're worried about his knees.
It's the same song and dance.
It's just a different injury all the time.
He's amazing when he plays, and when he doesn't play, it's just like, here we go again.
Yep.
It's the same thing every single year. Your take yesterday on the timeline was very interesting as far as comments are concerned. A lot of idiots, no doubt. But there were a lot of people that I was reading, and I was like, okay, that's an interesting thought. It was split. There were people like, the idiots.
It's time to start over?
There were plenty of idiots going, what do you do when you watch the games?
Right, I know.
But then there were plenty of people going like,
I don't look.
Well, wait a minute. Like, I don't necessarily want to agree with them, but I have to here.
You can see the argument, and it's there.
Oh, absolutely.
It's a matter of whether you want to do it. I mean, it's like that for the Sixers. The Sixers know that should be something that's thought about.
Do they?
Well, I don't think Daryl Morey does. So,
Gave him a contract.
So here's where, and by the way, I had heard from somebody that I know in the 76ers yesterday, and they told me that I ticked them off with some of the comments about Daryl. I wasn't even called for Daryl Morey to be fired. I said, doesn't it feel like that his job's tenuous at best right now?
Oh, it better be.
So here's why I want to go with Giannis.
The roster stinks.
On that page right there. Ultimately, I think decisions like that come from the top down. So if Josh Harris wants to continue to go for it with Joel Embiid, you're going to keep going for it with Joel Embiid. If Josh Harris says, no, it's time to start over, it's time to start over. If Daryl Morey, if they do move on from him, and Bob Myers comes in and says, you know what, now this is my vision, does he look at things differently with Giannis? Because this current administration, it was not trading Edgecombe, was not trying to make a move for Giannis. That's pretty clear, right? It was put out there, and I believed it. There was no report that they were in on Giannis at all. With a new voice and somebody else running the franchise, could that change? Because if Josh Harris is saying, I want to keep Embiid, and I want to go for it with Embiid, so you're going with two young guards and Embiid, and you think that's not going to work, he doesn't play enough for that to work. Giannis and Embiid and Maxey, all I'm saying is that it's easier for me to say you don't make a trade Edgecombe for Giannis, because it's clear they're not going to do that. So I'm not going to drive myself crazy saying, no, you got to do it. You got to do it. But that doesn't mean that Bob Myers has the same thoughts than Daryl Morey.
Yeah, and it's going to proceed into the offseason. You're right about that. I don't know. Now you get a little bit more sample size of VJ. I hate to say it like that, but it's the reality. He's a rookie. So as he continues to play, you're starting to see a little bit more.
Runs out of gas a little bit.
Well, look, I don't have anything negative to say about VJ. The kid is just really better performing than anything I thought he would be this year. His body is a little smaller. Like, could that grow over the next? Sure. Does it have to? Maybe not. Because there are people out there saying he's Dwayne Wade, he's Jimmy Butler. Okay, fine. Like, show it to me. But he has performed really well. And, just defensively, you see the athleticism. You saw big buckets, and, we can make jokes about the All-Star
He's
weekend.
exceeded any expectation I had.
I agree.
So if I don't need to see anything else, he's exceeded my expectations, and he looks like a real player.
Yes, he does, and they got that draft pick right.
Is he a cornerstone?
It's tough to say that, and that's why I would probably still make the move for Giannis if we could turn back.
Is Maxey a cornerstone?
Yes,
agreed.
Imagine if Giannis was starting for the Sixers tonight against the Spurs. Like, you made the move, VJ. Sorry,
the place would be going nuts.
Giannis is starting for the 76ers with Max.
Little bit more juice down with Matt Cord doing the intro.
I think the spread
forward.
I think the spread would be a little bit different than 7.5 tonight.
Do you think Matt would give us the fake intro with Giannis as a Sixer? I don't think he would.
No, probably not. But still, you never know.
Can I do the announcement
Absolutely.
as Matt Cord?
Yes.
All right, we'll think about it. All right, coming up, Jeff Mosher, Inside the Birds, Philly voice. His post-combine thoughts. What's the feel for A.J. Brown? I'm 70-30. He's getting traded today. So I'm officially all the way over. And Devonta Smith, he is being described by many reporters, probably by the Eagles, as a guy that can take that next step. And I buy it. I think there's a lot of room for Devonta to grow if A.J. Brown's not here, but you still have to replace that production from Devonta Smith. Dallas Goedert and more. That's coming up next. Jeff Mosher, Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Injury strikes again. I'm Patricia Caputo, and this update is brought to you by Morgan Stern Medical. This month at Morgan Stern Medical, they're including a free Alma-TED treatment for your procedure. That's $1,000 value free. Call 610-831-HAIR or visit morgansternhair.com. Sixers will take on the Spurs tonight. Joel Embiid has been ruled out after straining his right oblique in Thursday's win against the Heat. You can listen to Sixers Spurs live on The Fanatic starting at 8 p.m. Flyers all have off tonight after defeating the Maple Leafs Thursday. Dan Vladar helped secure the win, stopping 2 of Toronto's scoring attempts in the shootout. Flyers looking to keep it rolling against Utah Thursday. And the Phillies taking on the Rays this afternoon. Jim Salisbury joined the morning show to discuss how Andrew Painter has improved this offseason.
Control and command. A lot of times it's command, which is fine-tuning of control, but he had both issues. So he walked 4 batters for 9 innings, which is not him. So those are 2 things they really went to work on this winter.
The game this afternoon comes after players like Bryce Harper and Kyle Schwarber departed for the World Baseball Classic. This update is brought to you by True Green. True Green, stop doing it yourself and get a golf course quality lawn the easy way from the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour. Sign up today at truegreen.com. I'm Patricia Caputo on the home of the Sixers, Flyers, and Union, 97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic app.
Sean Brace, Patricia Caputo. Some conversation in the hallway about my Mickey Mouse take.
Oh, man. A lot of heat.
And, like Dylan agreed. Colin Newby, I mean, he didn't necessarily agree or disagree. He just said that his wife is very much a fan of Disney.
Yeah. A lot of people are.
Yeah. I'm a fan of Disney, too, just not Mickey Mouse.
So beat up.
So you have to understand, I watch the shows and I see what type of individual he is.
Apparently so.
And he's not a nice guy.
I did not have that read on Mickey Mouse, but apparently you're not alone.
All right. Do we have Jeff Mosher ready? Is he ready to go? We'll find out. That's what we're bringing Jeff on. His read, his opinion on Mickey Mouse, not the Eagles. And he joins us right now. Jeff Mosher of the Philly Voice, and of course, Inside the Birds. What's up, Mosh?
What's up? We're getting a scouting report on Mickey Mouse now? Is that the deal?
So I just came back from Disney, and this is one of my favorite takes because people don't understand it. It's just that, honestly, other than Disney it being the ears and it's like the logo for Disney, what does Mickey Mouse offer out there? Nobody's watching Mickey Mouse. You have to be 2 or 3 years old to care about Mickey Mouse. Nobody else does. That's just my take.
All right, that's fair. I've always thought the weird thing about Mickey Mouse is that his voice doesn't seem to match the character and the look. It's just a very odd voice.
It is. The whole thing's odd. Seriously, no real personality.
Isn't he optimistic though? The mouse, isn't the mouse like optimistic? Like that's a good thing, right? That's something that we can.
He is kind of positive.
He's always finding a way.
Right. Exactly.
Oh.
All right. All right.
He's brave. He's always putting his neck out for Daisy.
He is?
I think so.
Well, from the Minnie is
or Minnie, sorry. Yeah. Well, you never know.
Oh, are you telling me that he's cheating on Minnie?
Look, I caught that reality show a few years ago.
He
Yeah.
shows no real commitment to Minnie.
Smoking cigarettes. Let me tell you.
All right. Well, Jeff, what is it? So what's the post-combine? Was it Jeff McClain that went to the combine thinking AJ's not getting traded and left the combine thinking it's a better chance that he does get traded? The agents talking to other teams, and there's been a lot reported with AJ Brown. I don't really think this is all that complicated, except I've changed in this respect. I think the Eagles are kind of eyeing a trade. Not that they will trade him or they feel like they have to, but they're very much in the process of looking around to try to get a good deal. Where are you on the entire AJ Brown being traded thing now?
Yeah, it's funny because there were some reports of people thinking that he was going to get or was not going to get traded going into the combine, changing that coming out. And then during the combine, there were people who were convinced he was getting traded and now think he's not getting traded. I think Peter Schrager was one of those people. So, listen, that's the nature of the combine. That's the nature of discussions. The Eagles are clearly letting it be known, and they've even somewhat said it publicly that they're not giving A.J. Brown away, but they are open for business. And so if it's going to get done, we're going to know pretty soon here, because if a trade of that caliber, and you've already seen some trades being made here, is going to be made, teams are going to want to know who they're getting in bed with financially and as they put their team together before free agency starts. Now, I'm not saying it can't happen. Yeah, I'm not saying it can't happen after the first week of free agency or even into the draft, but you would think a move of that caliber will be made fairly soon.
So now it's about value, right? Because I think we would all agree, you agree, that Howie will trade him for the right price, but I also don't see a market where they're getting, I don't know, any more than a first-round draft pick. What do you think? What do you think the number would be? What do you think it is that that would have Howie say, you know what, I'll do it?
I think what we would need to know is in that, right? Because there's value that you go by through precedent, and then there's value based on how many teams that you have asking for the player. So obviously, if there's more teams asking for the player and there's some desperation to it, and if you do a good job like the Eagles do of acting like you don't need to trade the guy or don't want to trade the guy, then the value can go up. And then you can never discount that team. Let's randomly say like the Bills or the Patriots, right? That would be one A.J. Brown away from really being a very strong Super Bowl. They're already strong Super Bowl contenders, but now this pushes them over the hump sort of the way when the Eagles got T.O., right? We thought that about them. Then all of a sudden, you're kind of like in a position where you might see them just say, screw it. You know, we know we're overpaying, but we're going to do it because this is the guy that's going to lead us to where we want to go. So when that happens, the quote-unquote value somewhat goes by the wayside because the team is willing to overpay to get a player of his caliber. But I would think something in the top 50. I forget who, maybe Jeremy Fowler from ESPN said he can envision a player, a pick and a player, and he mentioned Chris Olave as that kind of player. I will say Howie's really good at identifying players who are coming up toward the end of a rookie deal and aren't going to agree to an extension. I mean, A.J. Brown's a perfect example.
Correct.
I think he was 3 years in, right? Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, another good example of a guy who's not going to re-sign, and so he becomes a pretty good trade commodity. And so I could see a situation where if it's a pick and a player or a pick and then a pick swap in the lower round, that's how they got Tim Jernigan in 2017 with the Ravens. They did a pick and a pick swap. So I think that everything's on the table. It's just who's going to come with the best offer.
Let's just go apples to apples here and talk about A.J. Brown and Devonta. And I know that there would be other moves that would be made if A.J. is shipped out or whatever it may be with that, Jeff. But now people are wondering if Devonta is on that level, if he's being asked to be the number one receiver, regardless of what Mannion's system is going to look like. So I'm curious, what type of drop-off in your mind would it be going from AJ to Devonta, and how drastic of a difference between the two they are? Because I was looking last night at the target share, and Devonta's put up some serious numbers over the years, but targets are right there with them. I get the 2 years that AJ tallied up 140 plus, but I'm under the impression that I don't think it'd be that big of a drop off. Where are you at with the discussion?
Yeah, I mean, I guess the drop off, Sean, isn't between his production and AJ's, because I agree. I think Devonta Smith could just as easily be a 1,300 to 1,400 yard receiver in this offense as the number one target guy. Now, he's used differently. He's not going to be a true X receiver like AJ Brown. He's not going to be able to line up on the outside, split wide, and win consistently. He can. I don't want to say he's bad at that at all, because he's such a good contested catch receiver. But you see his size, and they've been concerned about his durability in the past, and you don't want him just taking, man press coverage every game, and you want him on the move anyway. And in this offense, they're going to implement move receivers do really well, and that's how he functions best. So the question I would have is more not the drop off between AJ and Devonta, but then if Devonta is your number one target, who's your number two target compared to what Devonta was giving you? And it's a concern, but I will say, I think if you get the right type, you don't need superstars. I mean, you just need, look at the Packers. This is where Sean Mannion comes from. I don't know if they have any receiver that you would say is a top 5 receiver. Christian Watson played really well last year, coming back from that injury, but even that would be ambitious to call him top 5. But between him and Dobbs and Dontavian Wicks and Jaden Reed, and that offense, which is a very quarterback-friendly offense, like most of those LaFleur, McVay, Shanahan offenses, they get open. There's plenty of ball to go around for everybody, including the tight end there, Kraft. So I think that the Eagles would just have to not necessarily replace the caliber of player that A.J. Brown is, but they would have to get deeper, far deeper than they are right now at wide receiver. I would actually say even if they kept A.J. Brown, they need a more legit number 3 and number 4 receiver.
Yeah, I think you can, and we're talking to Jeff Mosher inside the Birds. I think you need to sign one of the veteran guys, and I'm fine with going almost year to year with a veteran guy. This year it could be I know Keenan Allen's probably going to go back to the Chargers, but you have some other, Mike Evans, you have some other guys that are out there, Michael Pittman, who may not get re-signed now because they're going to spend money on somebody else. But I think you go year to year, but you definitely need to draft somebody. You need to get a younger guy that comes in that's not making a lot of money, and ultimately you hope that he becomes your starter. But then you mentioned tight end, and we don't know in this offense what exactly this offense is going to look like, but looking at what the Rams do, which it appears is what everybody's trying to copy, I don't even know who the tight ends are in that offense, but they use 3 tight ends, and it always seems like one of them's catching a touchdown. I don't even know who the Eagles' tight ends are right now. It seems like Dallas Goedert is not going to be coming back. So if they don't have A.J. Brown, and then they're not going to have Dallas Goedert, what does this offense look like outside of Devonta and Saquon Barkley?
Yeah, I mean, that's another position that, again, whether or not Dallas Goedert comes back, they absolutely need bodies there, because it's just a position that they've allowed, surprisingly, by the way, to get really thin. And with this new offense, they are going to need tight ends that can block. And in some cases, take like Cam Latu. I think he was sort of underused last year. I think that he can be someone who, I don't want to say flourishes in this offense, but can play
a
major role in this offense because he can block and he can catch a little bit. At Alabama, he was actually a pretty good receiver. It just hasn't really materialize for him at the NFL level. But they need guys to be able to block because what they want to do is still continue to run the ball. All right, they want to run the ball first. They want to run the ball a lot, but they want to do a better job of marrying that run game with pass game using play action and sequencing. They want to be run, shot put, the shot play. That's what they've been for the last 2 years. And in order to do that, you need some tight ends who don't just automatically give away, if you put them on the field, what they're going to do. You know, you're starting to see that around the league. I think the Steelers had that guy. What's the guy's name? They call him Mount Washington. He's huge. He's like an extra offensive lineman,
right,
but he can catch passes. Same thing with Hawes in Buffalo. You're seeing teams have these big blocking tight ends who can catch the ball also so that you can work that play action. You can make teams come out in base defense, think you're running, put extra linebacker on the field, and then you get those mismatches in the pass game that you're looking for.
All right, I know free agency is coming up, but I wanted to get this to kind of prime that. It seems like Jalen Phillips is going to come back. That's the Eagles have an obvious need. It's not a great free agent crop. They don't have a ton of draft picks, so it makes the most sense for that to happen at a somewhat reasonable price.
Well, somewhat reasonable is going to be the question here because, you know, he's one of the better edgers, obviously, on the free agent market. Now, Trey Hendrickson will be the top guy. He's fantastic. But he's a little bit limited in that he's always played in a 4-3, so I'm not sure how 3-4 teams, which is now more than 4-3 teams, will view Trey. But nonetheless, he's great, and he's going to get a lot of money, even though he's a little bit older. And then you get into Jalen Phillips, and I say this all the time. You have to be concerned about teams that have rookie or quarterbacks on rookie deals that are very good, like the Patriots, like the Bears. Okay, they're married now to Caleb Williams. He showed what he can do. They've got money to spend. They need edge rushing help like crazy. So those kind of teams, you got to be careful because they're willing to go a little bit more crazy, per se, in free agency and all out and get to a number that some teams are going to say, I just can't do that. And the Eagles have been really practical in free agency. They're not afraid to pay top dollar at certain positions, but they also have walkaway number. You know, they showed that with Milton Williams, right? So they're not going to sit there and just completely go 30% over what they value the player at just because another team made that offer. And unfortunately for the Eagles, when you look at the Broncos, when you look at the Bears, when you look at the Patriots, right, you see teams like the Saints believe they found a quarterback in Tyler Shuck, right? So you see a lot of teams right now that are on rookie deals and will have cash to spend.
Oh, there he is. Jeff Mosher. Now, it was, what was the name of your, was it baseball? Your fantasy baseball team was
returning to Mac?
Mr. Fat Booty.
Oh, no, Mr. Fat. That's right.
No, Mr. Fat Booty.
Mr. Fat Booty. Are you doing any? Are you a good fantasy baseball player?
Listen, I'm in a league of baseball and football with a lot of guys from college. So it's going 20 years now. I just became the first to win baseball and football back to back in about 20 years.
Wow.
So I'm trying to go for 3 now. I'm trying to go baseball, football, baseball.
I'll tell you what,
something.
Some guys have all the luck, John Marks.
Yeah.
Clearly, Mosher does.
All right, Mos, we'll talk to you next week. See you.
All right, fellas. It should be a fun one next week, right? That'll be a couple days into free agency.
Oh, yeah. All right. Good to talk to you. We'll see you then. Of course, read them and hear them and everything he does Inside the Birds and the Philly Voice.
I'm coming off my worst fantasy season. Nobody cares about, but ever.
Yeah, I don't.
I had 1 win in my most expensive league, $250 a team, 1 win.
Do you play fantasy football, Trish?
Fantasy football, yeah. Baseball, I haven't done in a very long time.
Me neither. It's too long a season.
It is too long of a season, and a lot of the leagues that have money are way too much money for me.
Yeah, even if it's just for pride, I don't want to. I don't want to because once September hits, it's that you get football and there's so much going on. I don't want to. I don't want to be disrespectful to the spirit of the league, which is where you kind of stop trying.
Yeah, too much.
So I'm out. I would never do that. John.
I'm in.
All right, you're in.
Yeah, I'm in.
Fantasy baseball.
Fantasy baseball. Yeah,
I'm out
do it this year. But terrible football season. And it is intriguing because, tell you what, these conversations are already happening right now with Gibbs being the bell cow back in Detroit. Solo. Should be the number one overall pick, I would imagine.
So, Devonta Smith, Michael Pittman. 1-2. Pittman's probably going to cost you a little bit because he is younger. He's coming. See, here's what Howie Roseman normally likes to get the guys. He's 28, so he's a little bit older than I thought. But he got the extension, and he became a little bit too expensive for how much money he's making. And now you get to a point where you got to cut him because you're paying him like he's going to be a true number one wide receiver, which he wasn't. He had 80 catches last year and 7 touchdowns.
Yeah, think about who's throwing the football.
Yeah, yeah.
It's so impressive.
So if he's going to get cut, and I think he's a good balance to Devonta, you're not going 1 year. Because if you go with a Mike Evans, you're going to give him a couple years, but he's probably a 1 year, especially if he doesn't stay healthy or whatever. Keenan Allen's a 1 year guy. A lot of these veterans might only be for 1 year. It's like when you're looking for a veteran running back, you can go year to year with a veteran running back if you don't have the guy. You can do the same thing with the number 2 receiver. Pittman actually would be really good as a number 2 receiver, and he's a good balance off of Devonta. He's got better size. I know AJ's kind of like a physical monster. Yeah. Michael Pittman's 6'4".
Yeah.
So he gives you a different dynamic than Devonta does, and then you'd have to sign a tight end, or you're drafting a tight end high.
Pittman, he's played in every game essentially his whole career. His rookie season, he was banged up a little bit. He played 13 games, but other than that, it's been 16, 16, 17, 17. Like, all right, cool. I like Pittman. That's interesting as far as the Colts are concerned that he's being discussed because like Pierce is going to be a free agent.
They're gonna end up paying him, overpaying him.
I agree. Yeah, I don't know if Pittman's leaving, but it is an interesting name there.
Yep, and I would not sign Pierce. I would not get. He's going to make close to $30 million a year because he's got real big play potential. Remember Deshaun didn't get a ton of catches, but he would put up over 1,000 yards because he had so many big plays and the yards per catch was huge.
Pierce, he's a burner.
It's like the modern day Pierce. Not saying he's not a good player. Man, I'm going to draft that guy. I'm not giving him $30 million a year. I don't think he's not a true number 1 receiver.
Yeah, last year he had 47 grabs. So will somebody overpay? Yeah, I could see that happening. I don't know to what extent, but you know, I downplayed him. He definitely proved me wrong. He has, like you said, he averaged 21.3 yards per catch. So that tells you all you need to know last year. Over 1,000 yards. He had 6 touchdowns. Again, with those quarterbacks too. Daniel Jones. I don't even know if Rich played last year. I know he's
Rivers.
Rivers at the end.
And Leonard wasn't.
Yeah, Riley Leonard played. Game. Yep. Exactly.
There you go.
Do you know about the Anthony Richardson? Like, you want to talk about bad luck? He was injured 2 times last year. The first injury was a band snapped.
Sorry, Sean hit the.
I hit the
drop board.
Yeah, with my hand, my big hand. Perfect. I like it, Rick. All right. Anyways, one of those bands that you stretch. One snapped, broke his orbital bone.
It caused vision damage.
All right. Then the other time he's coming back, he's warming up on the field, and one of his own players ran into him, and he got concussion. You want to talk about bad luck?
Yeah, poor dude. And they're looking to get rid of him.
Oh, yeah, he's done.
I don't. Do you remember what that's from?
Yeah. It's when you booked Flair, and he wouldn't give Mickey miss. He wouldn't do the woo, so he just did that.
Charlie Manuel had talked. I was just at Disney with Space Mountain, but Ric Flair used to do this thing talking about Space Mountain.
Baby.
And Charlie Manuel was talking about Ric Flair in a Space Mountain. I don't know why, but he was. So the Hagian somehow gets Ric Flair on the air, that books him.
Yeah.
So he's in the back of a limo. It's at 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Yeah, like the life that a wrestler lives on the road. I think is
healthy. Is the word that comes to mind. Healthy. I hung out with Rick 2 years ago.
So tell me about that in a sec.
Oh, yeah.
He's doing a Go Phillies, and Mike's telling him he's not giving enough energy.
Yeah, he did tell him that.
Like a couple times. He goes, I'm not feeling it. I need more energy. And I'm like, I can't believe he's asking Rick Flair. I would have never done that.
No.
But that's what made Mike great. And that was the best take of Go Phillies by Ric Flair, was that one.
Yeah.
Go Phillies. Woo.
No, I ended up getting booked. It was WrestleMania and all that. And he was here in Green Legion, Quimby and Company. Next thing you know.
You're with Ric Flair?
At Xfinity Live, dude. You want to talk about all eyes were on us? Yeah. Not on me. I was in the same room interviewing him.
As Ric Flair?
Everybody. Yes. We were up in the top corner, now of Stateside Live, Xfinity Live, then up in the top corner. And we were recording the interview. And sure as hell, man, everybody is just looking up at the corner.
Is he a red light performer? Or was he kind of like...
He was definitely having a good time.
Yeah?
Yeah, he was...
He's known to have a good time.
Yeah, he was having a good time.
I remember...
He said a lot of inappropriate things, too.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Not surprised.
Unfortunately, he did.
Trish, you know who Gilbert Gottfried is? late comedian. I had him in studio.
Don't know.
And I'll
tell you what.
This is when I worked with Anthony. And during the break, man, you would barely know he was there. Very soft, like very quiet, not being rude or anything like that. And then literally, it's like, all right, we're back. And he goes from being quiet to be like, bah, 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 like that.
Yeah.
He was a red light performer.
Turns it on. Rest in peace, Gilbert.
It was awesome.
I didn't kill him. He's dead.
He definitely is.
Yeah, he died.
Absolutely. All right. Coming up, what happened to Trish Caputo and why is she injured? We'll give you that story coming up. Also, I guess this would be the last chance if you want to state your case for representing Middays with Mark. 632-0975. If you want to get in with the show, you want to be our contestant, get in now. Otherwise, it will be given away after this. It's Middays with Marks on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Injury strikes again. I'm Patricia Caputo with your Fanatic Sports Update. The Sixers will take on the Spurs tonight. Joel Embiid has been ruled out after straining his right oblique in Thursday's win against the Heat. Kelly Oubre also out tonight with an illness. You can listen to Sixers Spurs live on The Fanatic starting at 8 p.m. Flyers have off tonight after defeating the Maple Leafs Thursday. Dan Vladar helps secure the win, stopping 2 of Toronto's scoring attempts in the shootout. Flyers look to keep it rolling against Utah Thursday. And the Phillies taking on the Rays this afternoon. Jim Salisbury joined the morning show Monday to discuss how Andrew Painter has improved this offseason.
Control and command. A lot of times it's command, which is fine-tuning of control, but he had both issues. So he walked 4 batters for 9 innings, which is not him. So those are 2 things they really went to work on this winter.
Phillies-Rays game comes after players like Bryce Harper and Kyle Schwarber departed for the World Baseball Classic. Union have off until Saturday after losing to New York City FC in their home opener Sunday. Union will look to bounce back against the San Jose Earthquakes Saturday. This update is brought to you by Mothers Against Drunk Driving. For victims of drunk and drug driving, your grief is unique, but you are not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Call the 24-hour victim helpline at 877-MAD-HELP or visit mad.org. I'm Patricia Caputo on the home of the Sixers, Flyers, and Union 97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic app.
97.5, the Fanatic, Sean Brace. Patricia Caputo, is Ray back tomorrow? Ray done?
He just put a picture out on Instagram of some sunshine down there in Tampa, Florida. And I'll tell you what, I'm a little jealous, Sean. A little jealous. But, yeah, I would imagine he'll be back. I think it was just today. And he was trying to skate out early on Monday if we were getting snow, but we didn't get it. So it's just.
So is this his personal account? Because he's got multiple accounts.
Yeah, that's always confusing about Ray.
So I picked 975. He went with the personal one.
Yeah, I mean, he's got burners, too. I'm sure he's DMing. No, I kid. It's funny, though. On the Instagram account, you're like, hey, which one am I tagging here?
So Patricia Caputo today. I walked in the office. I was a little bit late because the kids had they're 2 hour late because there was a threat of ice and precipitation up by us. Sean, your daughter was as well.
You had something. Okay.
So I come in, so I'm like a little bit rushed, and I walk in, and Trish is I'm gonna Instagram story out the picture right now that I took. So if you want to see it, it's John Marks Media. I think Dutsy in the back has it as well. If you're a YouTube follower. Or you're watching on YouTube Live, it's a good reason to do it on live. So story. So poor Trish is like cutting sound, and she's looking at the computer, and she's on. I gotta watch how she injured herself snowboarding, so she is on her knees, like kneeling upright, trying to look over the desk so she can see the computer screen and reach the mouse and keyboard and stuff like that.
Correct.
So first of all, Patricia, are you okay?
I'm hanging in. That's what I'm doing. I am hanging in.
What happened?
I want to say probably bruised the tailbone. Was going down a hill, fell like you always do, but this time it was just a harder patch of ice. For a second, I was like, did I really just break something? And I was like, no. So after about 3 minutes, got up, went down, and then did it about 5 or 6 more times, was fine. I was like, I just can't fall on my back anymore.
And then you got finished snowboarding, and then probably the next day you were extremely sore.
Yeah, I mean, it never stopped hurting. The initial fell, it just hurt from then on out. But I was like, no, I'm here to have a good time. I'm already injured. May as well get more injured if that happens, which it didn't.
It did not.
But I was like, well, I'm going to be out for the next few weeks, so I may as well go down a few more times in terms of the hill.
All right, there you go. And she fought through it. You know, there's a lot of people in the same situation that Sean might have said, I can't do it. I just can't do it. She literally was cutting sound on her knees trying to look over the desk.
Gotta love it.
The car ride is what gets you.
Some people want it more.
And you have a long car ride because you're coming from
Sitting in the car, it gets all like stiff, the blood's not moving. So that's why I initially had to sit like that.
Well, you got to get you healthy.
Well, they have these donuts, they call them.
Yeah.
And I ordered one of those because apparently this
You could have borrowed John's.
Do you have one?
Well, mine was a hemorrhoid pillow, but
I'll pass. No offense.
Well, I wasn't naked on that. It was in the car when I had.
It's okay.
I had a hemorrhoid.
I
told you.
know.
It taints it.
But they say that it helps.
Nice.
It definitely will. All right. Well, I remember John Runyon broke his tailbone.
Ooh.
As well. And yeah, and he had one of the So get the donut and sit down. And did you go to the doctor or an urgent care or anything?
No, they're just going to tell me to do everything I'm already doing. I said this and that. My mom, I'm on the phone yesterday. She's like, well, maybe it's a hairline fracture. I'm like, why would you say that to me?
So what do they do in the case that's what it is?
I looked it up. They were like, it's the same thing. You just now, if it's a hairline fracture, it's 6 to 8 weeks. So,
forget about hairline fracture. If you have a broken tailbone, do they do anything special?
That I don't know. You might need surgery for it. When I was looking it up, it's definitely mine isn't broken. We took a little break. I was like, okay, everything looks intact. It's all fine. It's just bruised. But they do say in some rare cases you need surgery. But so I assume broken, it's the same thing.
I agree with you. It's probably just you bruised it. And if you go to, you're just going to spend a lot of money to go to urgent care or whatever.
I'm going to spend all this money. They'll be like, yep, the Rice method. And I'll be like, okay, thanks for nothing.
So here's the deal. If it's not any better in like 2 days and it's actually getting worse,
then you got to go see a doctor.
Then you got to go see
Yeah, even this morning, it was slightly better. Again, it's the movements, like getting out of the car, getting into the car.
I also see here, you should see a doctor if loss of bladder, bowel control. Did that happen?
Yeah, no, and that didn't happen because that's when they said it might be fractured.
Is that my problem?
On my long car rides, it all stays in. It's all good.
It's rare but urgent.
Well, I have an incontinence problem almost being 50.
Oh my goodness!
You leave the urinal and you think you're done, you do the shake and then like,
that's why you got to wear it. Look at Ricky. Ricky's staring in at you. Now, I will tell you.
Well, that's why you wear the Depends. Did you look when you go to the grocery store? Look at the bag of Depends. You've never seen a happier 45-year-old guy in your life wearing a diaper.
Yeah, the diaper hopefully does not find me when I get older in life. I hope that's not the case.
Are you like Richard Christie, the Howard Stern show? You go to concerts because you're a big music guy. He goes to concerts and he wears the adult diaper.
No, that's definitely not what I would. No,
because his wife is a local and a big sports radio. Lady.
I'm good. You know, look, those are one of the things that I haven't had any issues with. Knock on wood over here.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good for you.
Although I'm going to start doing Blue Chew reads here soon.
You are?
Yeah. Because, you could use some help every once in a while.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you getting product in addition to
You're
the
damn
endorsement?
right I am.
Can you share some product?
Absolutely.
Do they give you, because sometimes when you do the endorsement, the advertiser will be, really, really cool and give you, I did something for an online clothier and they gave me a $500 credit. And it's like, you're telling me I get $500 worth of stuff? This is the best thing ever. And I get paid?
I'm ready.
And you get other places that, I remember I did a broadcast once at a place that's no longer in business, and I won't even mention their name. But they tried to charge us for fountain drinks. And it's like, hey, you're really giving me a bill for a bunch of sodas from the ground crew or whatever? I'm like, fine, I'll pay it. You always tip the people anyway.
Oh, yeah.
But
well, we got gold. I'm looking at the ad right now. I'm looking online. There's some good taglines.
There is?
Yeah.
All right. Are you talking about Depends or Blue Chews?
Blue Chews.
Okay.
Chew it and do it.
I can't wait for... Yeah, this will be something.
Oh, yeah, this is definitely going to be something.
This will be something. All right. So, Sean, tell me if you agree with this.
Yep.
The winner of the pair of tickets to the 76ers game and will represent Middays with Marks in the knockout tournament is Dan. Or no, I don't even know his name. His son's name was Dan.
Yes, the dad.
The dad who called
on behalf of his son. Yes, I agree. I like that.
He had two sons that won on back-to-back years the knockout tournament. And he's a big listener, and he was listening live, and he said, you got to get Dan back in.
We want the title, baby.
And Dan played 4 years varsity high school basketball.
Varsity.
Right. So you're the winner, sir. Congratulations. And you better not let us down. Dan better be up there late in the tournament.
So, yeah, Ray's gone, and so I know Trish doesn't remember the guy's name from yesterday. So we got Dan is in, and then a gentleman who was a hooper from the boardwalk yesterday. So we're rolling.
Yeah, what was his name? I had it actually written down.
We're putting together a nice team, right?
We are.
Yeah.
We have a good club.
Does Ray got skills? Ray got game?
No.
But
I'm not saying he's I don't think he's not overly athletic. Like with me, I'm not athletic, but I can shoot a foul shot.
It's a foul shot and a layup.
Yeah. Ray. Trish, would you say Ray is average athletically?
Oh, wow. That's why Ricky's really upset because he got knocked out.
I can't say anything because I don't know, but I feel like by the looks, he's an average athlete,
Right.
but I don't know.
So what about me? Judge me by the looks.
I think you might be I could see you having this hidden talent we don't know about.
Nice. Yeah,
it's
that's
not in basketball. I remember you played it. Sean dribbles with both hands and he doesn't know it's a double dribble.
Basketball was never my game.
You good at wiffle ball?
I love baseball and football.
Yeah, I could see you just tearing it up on East.
Wiffle ball. I actually bat left-handed in wiffle ball.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Here you go. I'm a lefty too. Here we go.
That's what we need to do.
Yeah. Well, congratulations. And Ray, Connor is a better athlete because Connor, he was a pitcher.
Connor was a pitcher.
It's a pitcher. Yeah. So it's baseball, so it's not the same because Todd Coffey was a reliever in baseball and he's fat. So it's not like that you have to be this great athlete to play baseball. But is Connor the best athlete other than Ricky? And I guess Colarulo he was the long snapper in college.
Hey, and tight end at one point.
Right. Well, I mean, it's kind of like they got to give him a regular position.
D3 football.
Yeah, but how many catches did he have as a tight end?
I don't know. I'll try to look up his stats.
Yeah, let's look it up right now. 610-632-0975. 610-632-0975.
Wow, in his bio it says former baseball player, raised in Hainesport, New Jersey.
Connor?
Yeah.
Former baseball player.
Former baseball.
That's in his bio.
That's right here when you Google him.
Really?
Yeah, I'm Googling Connor Thomas right now. Host of the Lockdown Phillies podcast. That's him.
He sure does.
Yep.
Producer and contributor and talent on the morning show.
Damn right.
All right. Do you have that on your bio as well? Former football player? Like Al Bundy.
Definitely. 4 touchdowns, poke eye.
All right, so hang on. How old's Connor? 30, early 30s?
I think he's 30.
All right, so he's 30.
30, 31.
All right, if he's 30 or 31, having in his bio that he's a former baseball player.
No, it's not in his bio. My fault. It popped up in the bio from Google. So it's not his
so it's
bio.
it's one of the bullet points.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Key details, affiliation, 97.5 The Fanatic, his social handle, his roles, background, raised in Hainesport, New Jersey. Where the hell is Hainesport? Former baseball player.
I don't know. It's a good question. It's kind of like when someone will contact me and they'll say, like, hey, trying to get into the business. And I'll be like, yeah, send me your resume. And then they send the resume and it's like, yeah, I was the vice chairman of my fraternity. Like, that's one of the main talking points. And it's like, bro, if you had any idea how much I don't care about your, like, take that off of your resume. I don't need to see that.
Now, his bio on 97.5 The Fanatic says, after playing collegiate and semi-professional baseball, his love for sports drew him to a career of hosting on 97.5 The Fanatic.
That's applicable.
There you go.
Semi-pro?
Semi-pro, it says. Like Jackie Moon.
Ooh. All right. I like that. I'm going to have to do more investigating. I didn't know Connor played semi-pro. All right. We'll have to see exactly what that is. Coming up, YouTube chat recap and a lot more. It's Middays and Marks on 97.5 The Fanatic. But, yo, listen. If you're a snorer, this is simple. And my life needs to be simple. I'm a simple person. If you're a snorer, I can tell you something. You can stop snoring like I did. And you can do it without CPAPs or I know sometimes like you'll see where it's like, hey, just put this strip over your nose. Trust me, that does not work. Because if you're snoring or your partner's snoring, all right, you may have something called sleep apnea. And if you have sleep apnea, that's bad news for your health. And you're also snoring still, right? So do what I did and go to my dentist, Dr. Eric Pastor. He's the expert in the industry, and he offers a modern, comfortable sleep apnea device that helps you keep your airway open so you can finally get the rest your body needs. And I know it works because it worked for me. So I was a heavy snorer, long-time snorer, and finally my wife said, you have to get this checked out. You're keeping me up all night. So I went to a doctor, and we got a sleep test, and I got a CPAP machine, which was so uncomfortable. And I would rip the mask off in the middle of the night, and I would not end up wearing it, right? And then my dentist, Dr. Pastor, who's my dentist, he said, have you thought about a sleep apnea device that I can make for you? And said, no, I actually haven't. So I tried it. And my snoring, boom, eliminated sleep apnea, gone, and you're doing it very comfortably. If I knew it was this easy to stop the snoring and stop the sleep apnea, I would have done this years ago. And here's great news. This treatment is covered by most insurance plans, including Medicare. This isn't a dental thing. This is a medical thing. If you have sleep apnea, that's bad news. So if you're fed up with the snoring, maybe your partner's snoring, CPAP machines, uncomfortable masks, or more, take it from me. Get your sleep back, and you can do it so easily, and your insurance can cover it. Go to drpastor.com, drpaster.com, or call his office. You can speak to his sleep team right now. 610-67-SLEEP, 610-67-SLEEP, or drpastor.com. West. Is it in a row?
Tribe Called Tuesday.
Oh, that's right. We're
Like
theming every day. Right? Yacht Rock Friday.
I'm a big themer.
I've been listening to so much yacht rock. So check this out. A lot of times, not every night, but my 4-year-old, my Bella, she'll want to listen to music going to sleep. And I was doing some softer reggae for a while, but then when we were doing yacht rock, I'm like, you know what? I created a yacht rock playlist on Amazon, and she's like, Daddy, play music. So I'm like, let me try the yacht rock. She loves it.
Nice.
When we get in the car, she's asking for it.
Oh, very good.
Oh man,
my daughter's on the K-pop scene.
Yeah.
Let me play Demon Hunters for the 1900.
Yeah. Yep. K-pop demon. Are you a K-pop demon hunter?
Oh,
fan?
yeah.
There,
Big
Trish?
time.
Very catchy. My cousin can sing in Korean because of them.
Oh, very nice.
So it's like everybody else in American culture?
You want to talk about dropping the ball? They weren't ready for that thing to be a hit. They should already have number 2 out by now, but they didn't capitalize.
Took them by surprise.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, I agree with you. All right.
Come on now.
Couple things here. So we were talking about Noah Eagle yesterday, the young play-by-play announcer.
I saw a picture on my Instagram. You know how they listen to us. It popped up. I'm telling you, that's a wig, but go ahead. It's a carpet.
I actually was analyzing the hair. There's a lot of hairspray on there if it's not a wig.
It's something.
I saw a tweet, and it said, if Noah Eagle calls games up to the age Al Michaels is right now, he'd still be calling games in 2077.
Wow.
I think he responded to that and said someone needs to slap me in my face if I am. I'm
he
pretty
did.
sure,
He did.
right?
Yeah. No, he talked about it. He did say that. You're right.
I'll make sure to remind him.
When he is playing?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, my grandkids can remind him.
He's 29. He was born in 96.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Unbelievable.
It's a rug.
Also, did you see Nike filed a new trademark logo?
Did not. And I'm a Nike guy.
You know what it's for?
Trademark logo for Nike? No. What is it?
Brawny. It is an Old English styled lowercase b for Brawny. Because you know how well he's doing in the G League this year. I think he's averaging 9 points.
I'm kind of brownied out, if I'm being honest with you.
I didn't like Stephen A. Like LeBron hates Stephen A. because of what he said about Bronny or whatever. I never criticized the kid. Like, whatever. He probably wouldn't have been on a team if it wasn't for his dad. But it's his dad, right? So he's going to be on the team.
Oh, yeah.
And he's in the G League playing where he should be right now.
Yeah.
But when you see things like, oh, well, Nike's filing a trademark for Bronny, it's like, okay, like for what?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, I would imagine that there's probably a reason people are buying his stuff, and good for him. Going to the world of merch, because he's not a professional.
Yeah, Rich Paul told him to do it, so they said, okay.
Oh, yeah. Good for him.
We'll do it.
Like Mac McClung, man. Second day in a row mentioning Mac McClung. He's averaging 23 points per game in the G League.
Yep.
Still not 3 points, still struggling. 39%, not bad. But 29 points per game right now.
And happy birthday to Herschel Walker. You want to play the birthday game? The birthday man, Jody Mack used to be the birthday man.
Oh, let me do you a favor.
And then Glenn would give him a name, and then there was Mac and Mac days. And then Jody would have to be like, Herschel Walker was with the Cowboys, 1989. He's probably 25 years old then, blah, 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 blah. Means he's, and then he would figure out the age, and he would always get it. Within a year or two, they would give him grace.
All right.
So Herschel Walker, how old?
Oh,
happy birthday, Herschel Walker, former Eagle.
Herschel Walker, he was just trying to be a senator. I would say Herschel is in his 60s. Herschel is 61.
61. Trish?
Maybe 65.
Herschel Walker is 64 years old. There you go. So he was. It's one of my. I remember they wrote about it as a blurb in Sports Illustrated. The Eagles never had any good running backs. They had Michael Haddocks, and Keith Byers was good, but he wasn't a true running back. And Anthony Toney and all these other guys, and Herschel Walker was a free agent. And it was a honk for Herschel campaign. This was with Angelo and Tony and Al.
There's another theme. Another theme, baby.
So I remember people would be honking around City Hall for Herschel. Like they sent people out and they were honking for Herschel. And they signed him. And I was so excited because I'm like, yeah, now they're going to win the Super Bowl. No, they're not.
He rushed for 1,000 yards his first year.
He did. Just over 1,000 if I remember correctly.
Yep. Only one touchdown.
Yep. Only one touchdown?
One touchdown.
One rushing touchdown?
He had 174 carries. Oh, excuse me.
He averaged under 4 yards a carry.
That's the wrong year. the 1992, his first year with the Eagles, he rushed for 1,000 yards, 8 touchdowns on 267 carries.
And how many yards per carry? 3.9?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably something like that.
I got readers now, John, and you know where they're at? They're in my coat.
You can't see.
I can't see.
It's time for the YouTube chat recap. Go.
It's time for the YouTube chat recap.
How about filling us in? Let me tell you something else, man.
Watch us live on YouTube every single weekday.
I can't lie. Let me tell you something.
It's the Middays with Marks YouTube chat recap.
First year with the Eagles, he averaged 4 yards a carry.
On for Herschel, baby.
1,070 yards. What do we got?
John, you flip-flop more than a store on the Wildwood Boardwalk. Dawood Spriggs from the YouTube chat.
About what, though? You got to tell me what. Because of because of how I feel about A.J. Brown. It's not flip-flopping. Flip-flopping is without basis.
Yeah, I will just real quick. I will say that like some of these YouTube comments, that's the issue with them. It's like we get them, but what are they in reference to?
I would think it's based on me early in the show being like, yesterday I was 70-30, today I'm 30-70.
Okay, yeah.
That would make sense.
That would definitely qualify as flip-flopping. Yeah.
But I have new information now. I'm not exactly sure what the information is.
Flip-flopping as a what? What did he say?
A flip-flop on the Wildwood Boardwalk or something?
Dawood.
All right, what's next?
Brace is cosplaying a construction cone at sunset in a pothole on Harry Street in Conchie. If Bayless from the YouTube chat...
Well, because I got a red sweatshirt on.
It looks orange, though. That was in it, Trish?
It's probably old. It's faded. A couple of years.
It looks more orange than red.
Yeah.
Is it?
It's a cool sweatshirt.
Oh, thank you. Grateful Dead.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Rest in peace, Bob.
That's more than a couple years old. I think when I worked with you before, you had that same sweatshirt.
A couple of years.
Which, by the way, I have things that same thing in my closet
hanging
that I still
on.
wear.
Yep.
All right, what's next?
I'm sure Jalen will excel with mediocre weapons in a system premised around throwing to spots, low target differentials, and quick reads if AJ is gone. JM from the YouTube chat.
Yeah, but see, what you don't understand is that there are other wide receivers out there, and there is life after A.J. Brown. All right, I'd love to have Puka Nacua on my team as well, but you're able to toggle between a second wide receiver. Last year, Devontae Adams was really good. There was also an undervalued contract where they brought him in.
Got to trust Howie.
Yeah, I mean, seriously.
Got to trust Howie. He's not going into the season with just Devonta Smith and then what? Who else are they going to sign?
Well, they need to sign
couple
multiple
receivers.
Yeah. All right, what's next?
John Marks, you're an idiot. Rick from Pennsylvania.
Is that because of Micky or again the context? I'm an absolute dummy.
There you go.
The context. Oh, by the way, this is the new drop.
You suck.
Oh,
Ricky Bo.
that's gold.
You suck.
That's gold.
Is that because of the Micky comments?
It was around that time that I saw it.
Okay.
But can I get Ricky one more time? That was really good.
You suck.
Yeah, he felt like I felt that when he looked right into your soul and gave you that.
We're in his head regarding this tournament. We are. All right, what's next?
I want to be on the knockout team. Honestly, I probably won't win. More honestly, I kind of want to just chuck basketballs at Colarulo. Jay from New Jersey.
He's in.
That'll get you in.
Yeah, he's in.
Yeah, we don't need all athletes. We need some wild cards and some personality on the team.
Sign
That's
'em up.
coming up. Yep, that's coming up. All right. We have any more? YouTube chat recap. Thank you very much. Good stuff. Yeah, I mean, as we continue to construct this roster, just like with The Voice, you need some diversity. We got a couple of good players already.
Can be room and stuttered?
You can.
All right.
Yep. We already have some good players. Now we'll add some personality. And there's like the afternoon show. It's already not trying, so we don't have to worry about them. Well, and Caputo might be on the afternoon show, so we'll see. Unfiltered. Speaking of them, Unfiltered with Bill and Ricky are next to you.
Coaching Alliance. Questions about youth or high school sports? Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCAA National Nonprofit.